getting sticky. Yo, where they at? It's getting sticky. Let it be. Say I ain't the guy. They must be smoking. Always talking.
Yeah, they said it's getting sticky with this dude right here. You know what I'm saying? They said it's getting sticky, man.
Who ain't? Must be.
And I ain't gonna lie, he looked kind of sticky though. Like when you break down the why was he at? Cause some kids is sleepers. I'm happy you say that. Some kids is sleepers slept on. You got to figure like he from the West Coast, right? You know, a West Coast kid always gonna get slept on, right? So he one of them kids that slept through the cracks, and then developing like, oh, okay, it's something there. It's something there. You know what I'm saying? His PFF grade, what his PFF grade was looking like. I seen the report on his PFF. Think he had a 89.8 coverage grade, which is enough for 10th. In all, Harvey played an impressive 817 snaps for the Spartans this year. He allowed 35 catches on 62 targets in his direction, according to PFF. So out of 62 targets, that means he defended 27, which almost half. I mean, if you over 50% in your coverage completion, that's elite. So if he defended 27 out of 62, so he probably like at the 48, 49 range. So that's not that bad. And then I trust our defensive coaching staff when it comes to identifying talent, right? So I don't think that this kid is just like, you know what I'm saying, like this anybody in the portal. Even though I do feel like USC is kind of like trying to bargain shop in the portal, but I don't think that's what this is, right? This kid, he could have went to any other school. He could transfer to any other school, but we know he got his relationship with Kamari, right? This Kamari boy. And Kamari, for some degree, was kind of slept on too. Because think about it, how Kamari played his freshman year, and this year Kamari should have been a 5-star. So DJ Harvey is one of them kids. Any USC wide receivers coming out this draft? What's up, Chris? Any
What's
USC?
going on, my
I
guy?
don't think nobody coming out this draft, Rolo. I think all our receivers is either coming back or they transferring.
Yeah, they can't. They ain't been. You got to be 3 years removed from high school to go into the draft.
Cal 4, I think Cal 4 can go if
Well,
they
Kyle
want
Ford
to.
can.
And,
Yeah,
and
he gonna
Kyron
enter.
too, I think.
Yeah, but Kyron is going. He transferred. He's staying another year, and Ford he gonna go in the draft. But I don't see him getting drafted early or high. He might go undrafted.
Oh, Brandon say, nah, Mr. Doom and Gloom, I don't want to hear it. Now, Brandon B. Jones from Like the Torch podcast, that's my boy. And I be texting him like, man, what's going on? Like, why we seem like we bargain shopping in the portal? Like, why we offering edge dudes from Elon? So I be kind of like, in the text, I be letting my boys know. Like in the text, I be letting them know how I really feel. Like, hold on, like I be talking. So B Jones, like, oh no, boy, like, why you acting all excited? Because I be talking shit in the text, but I
Man,
like what I see though. With the skill positions though, I ain't gonna lie. Look, I like Chasen Johnson. I really like DJ Harvey. I just didn't like when I was looking in the portal and seeing we offering dudes from like Division II schools when it comes to the trenches.
yeah,
So that's what
I
I was
feel you,
talking
Carter.
about.
I feel I feel you, Carter. I'll be with you. And now it's I'm like, man, we need to get this guy from Kentucky in, so some other couple big ones. Then it looks like we looking at this guy from Tulane. I'm like, man, come on now. Like we got to spend our
Yeah.
if we
Hey,
letting all these
nah.
people go.
The dude from not to cut you off, the dude from Kentucky though, he legit though. I want him. You talking about Silver?
No. I'm saying. I seen we trying to get Silver, but
Uh-huh.
then I seen it's another couple interior people that's not on that same level, which makes me think like they already feel like we not gonna get Silver because we done turned. They trying to get a kid from Tulane that's what I'm saying that I'm not sold on. So it's like, man, we need to go and spend our money in this trench, especially if you letting everybody go.
And
That
maybe
them the
now
ones.
though, to play devil's advocate to myself though, maybe now though, they look at it like it ain't a ton of talent right now in the portal. Like it
Right,
gonna be a lot of more talent that hit
with the
on these
playoffs.
bowl games, yeah, in the playoffs. So maybe right now they like, okay, we bargain shot right now. We look for sleepers right now. So when them difference makers come, like the next Derek Harmons and Walter Nolan, we have a bag for them. At least that's what I hope they doing. But I've been scouring the portal right now, and I ain't gonna lie, the D line, it ain't too many difference makers. You got Silver in there, you got Otis in there. It's like three or four. It ain't as much. I feel like they feel it's gonna be after the bowl game and after the playoff. What's up, B Jinx?
What's going on with Ricardo? What's up, Chris?
What's going on, B?
How you
Not
feel?
much,
How
man.
both of y'all feel though about the DJ Harvey before we start
I,
cooking? I want
I
to
told
about
y'all, man.
this
Well,
signing.
I love it. I
I
love it.
told y'all when we would start, hemorrhaging, offensive players. I was like, man, it's about premium position of needs. I said that on the last show. I said that on USCJ show. I said it on somebody else show, man. It's about premium positions of need, man. So right now we got a lot to replace in the secondary. The kid that's coming over from UCF, he got a lot of playing time start, as a starting at UCF as a freshman. So he got at least another 2 years left. We got DJ Harvey. Um, and I think we in the running for the kid from Kentucky, the defensive lineman. So you know, we gotta show up the defense more so than the offense, man. We can get a running back, we can get receivers. We need to fill up that trenches in that secondary. That's what's going to take us to the next level. This year, the only thing we were missing was depth on the defensive line. And once we made that quarterback switch, we was good. I just think that we made the quarterback switch 4 games too late.
And here's the only thing I say. Here's the only thing I say about that. I like what we're doing at so far at corner, but we
Hmm.
still haven't attacked. We still. I mean, we're not out the woodworks. We still haven't attacked defensive line or linebackers. Uh,
Right,
Davis is in the portal now, so that's another linebacker we thought we was gonna have that's gone.
right.
Right. So we and offensive line. We were turning
Well,
on
we got to
offensive
get
line and defensive line.
we got to get a linebacker coach first. So the portal just opened, um, last week or this past week. So we got time not to rush. The one thing we
About
don't
another
want to
2 weeks.
do
We
is
got about another
yeah,
2 weeks to the 28th.
yeah. Well, you got another portal coming up in the spring, though. Remember? So the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to make a hasty decision or spend a lot of money on a player that may not pan out. We cannot afford to miss it right now. So evaluation is going to be key. But if you notice that the two defensive backs that they brought in, they got plenty of experience time and they make tackles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking
And they
at
have production. They have production.
yeah, they got production, right, right. So I'm looking at DJ Harvey probably playing the nickelback, and the kid from UCF. It looked like he can hold his own as a boundary corner. So once we get those locked up, then we work our way on down to down to the defensive line. I believe that we'll get some linebackers in, but we're gonna have to get a linebacker coach first. So I, that's the unknown. Who are we looking at for as a linebacker coach?
And don't forget O line. We need that bad.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get those. Those coming. No problem. We're gonna get those.
But the only thing I would say is I wouldn't take Hervey because Hervey shut down corner. I wouldn't take him off the corner and put him in the nickel. He another he's another Jalen Smith like we got just like that. I would leave him out
Uh-uh.
on the corner.
Well, the reason why I said nickel is um, Danton Lynn looking for those corners that are like 6'1", 6'2", that are long and rangy. That can turn their hips real good. I think this kid is only like 5'11", so He really reminded me of a Greedy Vance, more so of the kid that came from Colorado that we got a few years back. What was his name? The cornerback.
Number 6. I know you're talking about
Blackman.
number 6.
Blackman.
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 Yeah.
So he more so reminds me of a Greedy Vance than a Blackman. So I think they're gonna probably look at putting him at the nickel more so than the corner. He's tough, hard nosed, come up, make some good tackles, and I think he'll be able to cover the tight end in the flat, especially with him being a red shirt. I think it was a red shirt junior, something like that. So
Senior.
he's got the red shirt senior. So he's
Yeah,
got
he
the
only got
experience.
1 year.
Hey,
Right. And
y'all saying Harvey going to the nickel?
I think they're gonna put him at
I
the
would leave
nickel.
him on the I would leave him on the corner because he shut down on the corner. I wouldn't take him off the corner, but I understand what B's saying
Mhm.
because Glenn do like the taller
He like the
receivers.
long
I mean the
corners,
taller corners.
right? Corners,
Yeah, but
right?
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't know if they'll take. I wouldn't take him off. I would leave him
Well,
out there.
you got to remember too, Christian. We got the other corner that hurt his. I think he had an ankle injury.
You talking
Um,
about
um,
Covington? Covington ain't shut
Crawford. No,
down
no,
though.
no. I'm talking about Crawford. That's coming in. That's
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
playing next year. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", something like that. The kid that got hurt at the beginning of the season, he didn't really play.
I know what you're talking about.
Malachi Crawford.
Yeah, him. So we got him coming back, and I think we got the other kid that came from Mississippi State coming back. Isn't he coming back? Not in
Nah, he was a
Mississippi State. I'm
senior.
sorry. I'm sorry, not him. The kid that came from UCLA, Humphreys. Isn't
Nah,
Humphreys
Humphrey's
coming back?
gone too.
Yeah,
He
Humphrey's a
gone?
senior too.
eligibility up.
Yeah, he
Okay.
gone. And
Okay.
we trust me, we did not want Humphreys back out there. Not after the
Okay.
season he had.
Okay.
Nah, Covington is coming. Covington can come back.
Yeah,
I thought
Covington. I think
Covington.
he
I
come.
thought Covington was a senior. I
Nah,
looked
I'm
on the
gonna
depth
Covington don't.
chart. I looked on the depth chart. I thought I saw senior next to his name.
look. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Gilbert
Covington was the
said,
only one.
Do y'all think we need a new receivers coach?" He had asked that a couple minutes ago.
For
No,
what?
I just think. Yeah, go ahead, B. We both saying the same thing. Go ahead, B.
Yeah. For what? Well, I think our receivers is this. Like I believe you. I want to say, Christian. We were talking about it. Maybe a couple of lives ago when you were talking about how our receivers were young. The only one who really got playing time wasn't it? Lemon. Was it Lemon? No, it was
It was
Branch.
Branch.
Until the bowl game, right? So I think we got one of the top receiving cores in the nation with Malachi and Jacoby. I'm not sure if Branch's going to come back, but the only thing um, Jacoby needs to do is damn mature. He just needs to grow up, man. He more so act a little silly all the damn time. It's good to have balance, to be joking, to be playful sometime, but not all the damn time. So every time you see him, he playing and he dancing. He needs to grow out of that. I think he got top 10 potential because of his size and his catch radius. Reminds me, like I said, of a Drake London or my man that played with Reggie. What was the? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Mike Williams.
Not Mike Williams, the one after him, Dwayne Jarrett. Reminds me of
Jermaine
a
Jared.
Dwayne Jarrett. Yeah, reminds me of a Dwayne Jarrett. So he just needs to mature. And then we got to remember we got some talent coming in, but you also got Jay Fair. I think they need to play him more in the slot because he's a speedy receiver. But once they figure out what to do with Branch, if he doesn't leave, I think we still going to have one of the top receiver cores in the nation, and that's minus Deuce.
And it's another kid that we got. That's he was a freshman this year. I can't remember his name, but he's number 19. I mean, he's like Zach Branch 2.0.
Xavier
That
Jordan.
Xavier
Xavier
Jordan.
Jordan, which didn't get no clout. So I think we
Mhm.
still would be good there because he
Yeah,
he
we
he,
still.
he can ball, like he can fly. And really, I think it wasn't anything about need a new receiver coach. I'm
Mhm.
just and I've said this all year. We had no speed out on the field at receiver. We
Mhm.
had no one to stretch the field,
Mhm.
and everyone was pretty much kind of similar. You had Lane and the young gentleman that transferred. They were two of the same type receivers, right? Just big body
No,
receivers. They
I
they
don't
couldn't
think
get
so. Well, they
they
big
couldn't get
body,
separate,
but I think they had
but
different
neither
skill sets.
neither one can run the full. Neither one of them was to the point where they could run all routes on a route tree. They couldn't get off press. They struggled to get off press coverage, right? They
Mhm.
outside of the intermediate routes and things of like that. Like that's what needs
Mhm.
to. And I understand why the person asks, "Do we need a coach?" Because they're not developing and running all the routes on the route tree. I
Well,
don't think we need a new coach though.
Makai Lemon didn't have any problem with running all the routes on the route tree. The
No,
problem is we had
I'm saying outside of Makai Lemon.
yeah, but here's the problem. The problem is we were playing them at the wrong time. You want to keep Jacoby Lane more so for the red zone. Deuce should have been used because Deuce actually got some wheels on it. The problem is we were sending receivers deep and throwing to them deep that didn't need to be going deep and was throwing jump balls. We were throwing jump balls to Zach Branch, and that was when Miller Moss was in there. If he going deep, he got two in coverage. Bring somebody underneath like a Jay Fair or like a Kyron Ware and hit him underneath because he matched up on a linebacker. So when we get to the red zone, you have Kyron Hudson in there, you have Zach in there, you have another smaller receiver. No, every time you touch the red zone, Jacoby Lane need to be in there. I don't care what down it is. He needs to be in there because he's that threat. Not only does he have the catch radius, he has the vertical to go up and get the ball. So I think we just putting them in on the wrong routes. That first pick six that Notre
So
Dame got against
this is what
us.
I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying, B. I understand what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. Jacoby Lane needs to be in the red zone because he's the red zone threat. But if you're developing as a wide receiver, you should be able to be in on every play. You should be able to run every route. You should be able to run. You should be able to get off press coverage. You should be able to. You don't have to be the fastest person to get separation.
Mhm.
You should be able to run slants. You should be able to run comeback. You shouldn't only be able to be used if you're being developed to the point of a wide receiver. You should be able to
Mhm.
be in the whole time and be able to run every route. And that's what I'm saying. We had different receivers that specialize in different things. But as far as the person asking, do we need a wide receiver coach? I think what they're getting at is because the receivers are not developing as full receivers. But the answer I would say to that is no. Again, because we didn't even give them time to develop.
I'll say, I'll say, I'm out on Dennis Simmons too. Like, I think we could do better as a wide receiver coach, and the stuff that I done heard off the field on him. Like, I heard certain stuff about Dennis Simmons. Like, I think we could do better as a wide receiver coach, and I don't feel like because what I learned is that the USC position coaches they got the autonomy to choose their rotation, sub in and out. So, for example, when Bear wasn't getting the snaps he want, it wasn't because of Deion Lynn, it's because of what that's
Right.
what Genie felt
Because
like.
of Henny. Right.
Right.
So I feel like how we don't like, I know some of us don't like how we try to rotate in so many receivers. That's Dennis Simmons. That ain't even
That's
Mhm.
what
Lincoln
I've been
Riley.
saying. All right. Yeah, and everybody trying to blame it on Riley though.
Yeah,
Of
but
course,
Well,
he's
what
but
I've
that's
learned though,
because that's what Riley said, though. Riley said that they were going to rotate that many receivers. He said that.
that's true. But when I look into the team, I found out that the position coaches they rotate the players. They decide how many snaps the player gets.
Hmm.
Now,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if Lincoln Riley like we gonna play all the receivers, I'm pretty sure that gonna affect Dennis Simmons. He gonna keep that in mind, and that may make him rotate more than what he like. But at a certain point, as a wide receiver coach, either I'm telling Lincoln Riley or I'm coming in my mind like, okay, I got to choose my top 3 or 4 receivers. I can't keep rotating 6 or 7 in because I want. First of all, I want to see what I got in a receiver. Like I don't feel like you can truly see what you got in a receiver if he in 3, 4 plays,
Hmm.
then he out the next 6 or 7, then he come in three. You know what I'm saying? 3, 4 plays. I like to see what I got. And to see what you got, sometimes you got to put it out there and let it play for even 2 or 3 games. Give them starter reps to see what they could do because you're gonna compare them to production of number one dudes that that's playing in the game and came across the game, and you gonna look at them as like, okay, they ain't doing all that, but you ain't realizing you ain't giving them the snaps and they ain't getting the rhythm and they ain't able to build that chemistry with the quarterback to where the point they know what each other thinking. I remember seeing shit like Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. They didn't play so much and so many reps. They know what each other thinking when they see a zone and it's an option route. They already on the same page. How could, as a receiver, how can you develop that with your quarterback if you 3 or 4 snaps here, then 4 or 5 snaps out? So I'm out
And,
on. Go ahead. But that's
So
my point.
let me ask you guys a question. So, we had, what I figured to be a top five receiving core in the nation, and that was when Deuce was there, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say you can only keep two. You can only keep two between Branch, Deuce, Lemon, and Lane. Which two do you keep and why?
Between who? Branch, Deuce, Lemon, and Lane?
Yeah, which two do you keep? You can only keep two of them.
I'm keeping
Which two do
I'm
you keep?
keeping limit. I'm keeping limit because he's the only one out of all of them that can run every route, return kicks. He's gonna give you more. He got that dog in him. He's the
Hmm.
only option we got to stretch the field. And
Hmm.
I would keep Jacoby Lane because he has good upside if he can be coached up, if he can be developed to become a complete receiver.
B, didn't you say between Deuce, Jacoby, and Branch though? I think we all know Makai gotta stay. I think
Nah, he
didn't you
said
say
Yeah,
limit too. He named all
yeah,
four of
yeah.
them.
I was asking which two would you keep and why?
oh I'm keeping Lemon for sure because he's the most complete receiver. He can
Okay.
home run hit, he could do intermediate, and I feel like he tough and he got that type of attitude.
Oh
Like
wow! Oh sorry. Man, I'm
he got
saying watching Army Navy and Navy just ran a fake punt to that big old center. He ran 40 some yards and fumbled.
and the second one is kind of tough. It's kind of tough, B Jinx, because I feel like Deuce Robinson got the most
Why?
potential out of everybody, even though he ain't
Hmm.
showed it. And Jacoby has been better this point, and then Branch flashed a little more his freshman year. But I feel like Deuce had the most potential because he could run with Zachariah and Makai. He could run with them, but he got the
Hmm.
side to Jacoby. Jacoby can't run with Makai and Zach. Like Deuce got the potential to be a red zone threat and a deep ball threat. You feel me? Only thing
I don't think Deuce got the vertical though to be a red zone threat as far as okay throwing up and let him go get it even in double coverage. Now I do agree with stretching the field. Deuce can stretch the field because he can run like crazy. He's a baseball player. He can run like crazy. But if I had to choose, give me Lemon and give me Lane. Give me those two all day long.
yeah, I mean, I ain't mad at you because what we seen on the field, but I still think Deuce.
Hmm.
I'm still going. I'm actually going to take Deuce over Jacoby because I feel like Jacoby is closer to his ceiling already anyway, right? Like Jacoby, he ain't gonna get too much better than he is now. I feel like Jacoby is one of them dudes that gonna be able to. He got great hands. He could pluck them. His hands ain't
Right.
gonna get no more better, but they already great. He great in the red zone. He great at one-on-one jumping the ball, going to get it. But
Hmm.
he's never going to get really that much better at that. He already like at his peak at that. You get what I'm saying? And he's not
But
a
because
burner. So I'm saying his ceiling, Jacoby Lane's ceiling is lower than Deuce's, but his floor is higher than Deuce's. You get it? Like Deuce could go lower. Like Deuce, his floor is lower than Jacoby's, but his ceiling is higher. Like if he basically what I'm saying, if Deuce Robinson reach his full potential, he gonna be better than Jacoby because Jacoby gonna be more like the Plaxico Burris type of receiver, Braylon Edwards. Deuce Robinson got the ability to be a Calvin Johnson, Julio Jones type dude. Jacoby Lane ain't got that potential, but it's more likely that Jacoby Lane go reach his potential. So it's kind of tricky. Like, do you want to bet on for sure thing like Jacoby for sure is going to be like an NFL draft pick, right? I know that for sure.
I think for certain Jacoby got the ability to be first round, first day.
Now
If you ask me,
I think
but
that's
it's gonna
Deuce
come down
potential.
to but it's gonna
I
come
mean,
down to
looking at it.
if he develops.
But look,
We need to see him develop to be able to get off press coverage. We to be able
who you
to separate. You don't have to be the faster receiver to get separation, and that's all about your route.
hmm
We other
I
than
get what
just
y'all
running the go
saying.
route, we need to see him develop, be able to get off press coverage, be able to run good crisp routes. Outside of Lemon, no one on our team really runs great routes. Even Zachariah Branch don't run great routes. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
and that comes with development. But if Lane can develop as a route runner, to be able to get off press coverage, why keep saying comfort, press coverage, I mean, so he still got a lot to be desired, a lot to. I don't think he's that. Well,
Hold
I
on.
don't think he's that
Hold on.
close to his ceiling, but he got a lot of work to do. That if he work on that stuff to become a full receiver, oh, they both gonna be cold.
So you think, so y'all think, so let me get this right. Y'all think Jacoby got more potential? Like, think about the word potential. Y'all think he got more potential than Deuce?
Me personally, I think he's a better receiver, overall receiver than Deuce.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Lane has made some tough catches, man, and held on to that ball.
I
I've seen
agree.
him get rocked. I've seen him get rocked. Go back to that bowl game. You remember one of those
No,
passes?
no, hey, look, BG.
Miller threw behind him, and he reached back to get it. That's what I'm talking about. That's a receiver. The one where he was falling down, and he had to reach back and get it. That stuff you can't coach, man. That stuff you just can't coach. Go
But
back and look at
Deuce,
that bowl game.
look. First off, I agree with you. Like, I agree with both of y'all. Right now, today, Jacoby Lane is a better receiver. But Deuce got more potential. You know why? Just for the simple fact he's a better, more explosive athlete. He just
Okay.
as tall as Jacoby, but he runs way faster. So just on when they both go to the NFL Combine, they gonna look at Deuce and be like, God damn, he's 6'5" and running like he's Zachariah Branch. That's
Now
the
he's not that
NFL
fast,
look
man.
at shit like that. They're gonna value his potential more than Jacoby. They're gonna turn on the film and like Jacoby too. But I know what they do like is to see separation. And Jacoby
That's
don't get
true.
that much separation, and he make spectacular catches, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
NFL might look at Jacoby and be like, okay, he able to one hand these niggas on a college level, but he might
Mm-hmm.
not be able to do that on an NFL level. They gonna look at Deuce and gonna be like, oh, he's 6'5" and running like that. Okay, he gonna translate better to the NFL because he got NFL speed in a 6'5" body. So all we gotta do is coach him up. All we gotta do is develop him, which I'll say, on press coverage. That's why I said Dennis Simmons gotta
Mm-hmm.
go, because that's what a wide receiver coach is gonna teach you how to be press. Press ain't about your physical ability, it's about your technique. So if Deuce Robinson is lacking on his press release, that's because of Dennis Simmons. I played football.
Oh, it's
Mm-hmm.
all of them. It's outside of Makai Lemon. It wasn't just Deuce. It's Lane. None of them can get off press coverage.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said I'm out on Dennis Simmons because of that. I didn't see our receivers take the next step
Developing.
in
So, so,
development.
so
Right.
who would you say got the better hands, Lane or Deuce? Who got the better
You
hands?
know, look, Lane got the better hands, and
Right.
Lane is the better receiver right now. Like, I'm giving that to y'all. Like, I'm not stupid. I watched the game.
Uh-huh.
Like, Lane was better, bro. And Deuce Robinson, he need to learn how to attack the ball more. He need to be more aggressive
Right.
at the point of attack.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
just saying this on potential. And if I
I
was
got what
coaching
you're
the
saying.
team,
I
and
got
if
what
I
you're saying.
feel like I could coach him up on his weakness, I feel like he
Mm-hmm.
got better potential. So imagine Deuce with a press release, and he's more aggressive at the point of attack. Now, to me, he just as good as Jacoby. I mean, Jacoby do got what you can't teach, how he be plucking the ball with one hand in tight coverage. You can't teach that. But you also can't teach 6'5" that's running probably a 4.3, topping out at like
Yeah,
23, 24
I
miles
don't
per
think
hour.
he that fast. I don't
Well,
think Deuce
look,
runs
check it
that
I
out,
give him a
check it
four
out,
four
check it
four
out.
five.
Look,
I give him a 4.5.
no, look, I remember last spring he was clocked, top speed was like 23 miles per hour, right?
Yeah, I
I
remember that.
remember seeing, I was watching the NFL when Reggie Bush had first came to New Orleans. And when Reggie Bush first came to New Orleans, the NFL Monday night crew, they had that meter that could track how fast the player is running. And a lot of niggas don't reach 23, 24 miles per hour. Like Reggie
Yeah.
had hit it. Most niggas was hitting 21, 22. Even if you go use it now, you fast as hell if you can reach 22 miles per hour. So Reggie ran a 4.37. Reggie was clocked his high speed. I think he clocked in the NFL game with like 24, 25 miles. So if
Okay.
you run 23.9, your 40 gotta be nice. And then fuck the 40. That means you got long range speed too. That means your top gear elite.
Right.
I just,
Right.
I just looked at his scout combine. It said he run a 4.5.
When was that clock though? And how Deuce in the scouting combine and he's not eligible for the draft?
they do scout reports or whatnot. I send you the link,
That's
but
what I'm
it say
saying.
he run a 4.5.
How can they clock him at a 4.5 when he ain't even ran the 40? That's what I'm
Well,
saying. Like,
when I was in college and we did college football, even if you when I played, we did 40s and all that. We did that stuff every spring. Like when people come, even if you're not going into if you're not even going into an NFL combine or nothing like that, they just come and you do everything. Shuttle run, all that. We did that. Everybody did that at the end of the spring
all right,
of every
I
spring
got some.
camp.
Well, I got something different for you, and I'm finna share the screen.
Okay.
It say, y'all see the screen? It say
Yeah, you can
Deuce
see it.
Robinson ran a 4.39 40-yard dash at the 2024 All Combine, and he's 6'6".
4-3.
That's not me. I just pulled that up
Right.
real quick. Niggas, you said 4.5. I'm like, hell no.
What I'm reading say the stats come by say 4.5.
Well, what I got on the screen say 4.39 2024.
Okay.
No,
All
I'm
right. So
just saying.
let's let,
I'm not
let,
just
let's
talking.
just give him a
I got
meeting.
it on
Let's
the
just give.
screen right now. Look, it say Deuce Robinson. I'm not saying this. It
Mhm.
said
Okay,
what he ran.
scroll down some. Let me see what you're looking at. Scroll down.
You talking about NFL draft buzz? And NFL draft buzz say he ran a 4.6. Then
Nah, I'm
another one.
looking at.
And look, all the NFL draft shit is off. At first it say year 2026, 40 times 4.6. They projecting, they gotta be. Then it say 2027 draft scout for Deuce Robinson. It say a 4.46. They shit not updated. This one
So
right here at the top is what he then ran in 2024 at the 2024 All Combine. So put it like this: if all these times are correct, 4.39 is his potential. Or these are at different dates. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm looking at the NFL draft buzz, let me see. It say that 4.6 is 8%. So they're speculating.
All right. Let's just say he's somewhere in the middle. Let's just say he around 4.4. All right. Let's just say he run a 4.4. He's 6'6". Even
That's
though he could
ridiculous.
stretch the field, even though he could stretch the field, man, I'm still looking at his hands. What does his hands look like? Because you can get down the field and don't catch the damn ball. So what his
I mean,
hands look like?
his hands ain't spectacular as Jacoby's, but it ain't like he was
Uh
dropping
huh.
everything,
it
bro.
ain't like he was dropping a lot of balls, right?
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So long as you ain't dropping shit. But I agree with y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I would agree with y'all though. Like Jacoby Lane is a better receiver. I'm just saying off potential. And if I feel like I'm a great wide receiver coach and I'm a coach, I'm taking Deuce because I feel like I'm gonna clean him up with his press release and I'm gonna get on his ass about this being more aggressive at attacking the ball. You feel me?
Hmm. Yeah,
But that
I got what you're
also
saying.
more playing time and snaps. These niggas getting rotated like they're number 2 receivers. So we don't even know who really the best out of all our receivers because none of them really get starter snaps. I really feel like to separate, you got to play a lot, and then we got to add you up at the end of the season. But if your role is inconsistent, you a parade wide receiver, then we ain't gonna really know who the best. Like you at least got to give them like 3 or 4 game increments, right? Like okay, these first 3 games, Jacoby and Makai, y'all finna get most of the burn. Y'all ain't never coming off the field, right? And I'm gonna see
Uh
what
huh.
y'all do. If I keep y'all on the field constant, the other 2 or 3 we gonna rotate. Then after that 3
Okay.
stretch, I'm finna Zachariah and Deuce. I'm finna give y'all these next 3-4 games and see what y'all
Hmm.
do with number 1 reps. Then you can see like okay, when Makai and Jacoby got starter reps, they was doing this. When Zach and Deuce got starter reps, they was doing this. And now it's not just a small sample size. You got 3 or 4 games looking at okay, when these was a number, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just think that in an offense like this, when we're going to the type of competition we're going to face, I don't think that you're going to have room for 4 top receivers on your team. You just not, and you want to run the ball. Somebody's going to have to come off the field. Somebody's going to be unhappy. So 2 top receivers, and the rest of them are pretty much fill-ins or people that can come in, to get that person a break, or if they sprain an ankle or something like that. You want to have a couple mid receivers coming off the bench, but I just don't think that head into the in this conference that we are, and we're expecting to run the ball more. I don't think that you can have more than 2 star receivers on your team. I just don't.
I think you can have 3 because most of our formations is going to be 3 wide receivers and a tight end, right? So you got 3 wide receivers, the tight end, and then the line and the quarterback and the running back. So I think you could have 3 top receivers. And what I mean by 3 is 3 dudes that you really they always in the game at all times. Like when Washington went to the national championship game, they had their 3 main dudes that they always had in there. You know what I'm saying? So if you passing as much as we gonna pass, I know we want to run the ball more, but at Lincoln, he's still gonna pass the ball 40 times a game, right? We can convince him to not to throw the ball 50 to 45, but he gonna be around like at 38, 39. So that's enough balls for like 3 receivers. You know what I'm saying? So we can fit in 3. But that's our problem, though. We never we have a top 3. On the receiver we really featured was Jordan Addison when he came from Pittsburgh.
Man, the biggest difference is too, and the reason we really don't know. I mean, we all, I believe Makai Lemon is the best, but the reason, like Carter saying, I think the real issue is why we really don't know is because due to our quarterback situation. And it's not a knock on Miller Moss, but when Miller Moss played, we were saying Jacoby Lane is our main guy because of the type balls that Miller Moss throws. A whole lot of jump balls, 1-on-1, and Lane was snagging them. But when Miller Moss went out, we quickly went and said, okay, Makai Lemon is moving to the number 1 receiver, because now we had a quarterback who can throw intermediate routes, hit people in stride and all that, and Lane kind of fell off a little bit. And so that's another reason, like Carter, like that you were saying, we really don't know because we haven't seen it, but a lot of that was due to the quarterback situation and what the quarterback strength is. It ain't like we had a Caleb Williams who can do everything at first, you know what I'm saying? And so we really didn't get to see.
And I think that we could have used Jacoby and do size more. Like I feel like we should have ran more slant routes and more hitches. Let them use their 6'6", 6'5" frame. Like if I'm a corner, the last thing I want a big receiver to try to do is use his body, turn his back to me, and box me out. I feel like Deuce and Jacoby ran too many go routes and they ran too many routes that you want Makai and Zach to run. Nigga, Deuce and Jacoby should have been close routes every play.
So they did run slants and comebacks and things of that nature. And the problem was they couldn't get off press coverage, and they didn't run good crisp routes. And also the quarterback situation where he threw slants and comebacks, most of the time his balls got batted down as well. That's what I'm saying is developing as a full, being able to run every route on the tree, to be able to run good, crisp, clean routes, push that foot leg in, stop on a dime, come back. That's what I was talking about, is developing. We tried, and many times they couldn't get off the jam, which messed up the timing, or the route was just a bad route.
So Carter, you think we should get a new wide receiver coach?
Hell yeah. Because I heard other shit too. I'm gonna tell y'all for real though. Look, this
why don't ruin your sources, Carter. Don't ruin your sources.
No. Nah, I ain't ruining my sources. I'm telling y'all stuff that people who didn't go to SC. So it ain't like I'm burning the source on the team. Like, oh, he told what I told him. Nah, this niggas who ain't on SC that could have went to SC. Dennis Simmons, he like a lazy recruiter. He laid back, don't say much. He don't hype you up shit. Like nigga probably say like 5-6 words. He don't be called. He's not a hard recruiter. Like we got all them receivers despite of Dennis Simmons. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah.
He was bland and a boring type nigga. Like
okay.
Like he the opposite of Dion type. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is he?
Extra nonchalant ass dude. You feel me? Like don't take shit serious. Ain't hitting the recruits every day. You know what I'm saying? He the type.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
You interested? If you want to play the SC, he the type a coach. Oh, hit me. Type shit.
Okay, I got it. I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
And he can fall in love, and he probably don't fell in love with how easy it is that
Lincoln Riley was getting all those receivers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, Lincoln Riley name playing the Lincoln Riley offense. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
But it's not just about recruiting. It's not just about recruiting, and it's about development. And you got to be able to recruit and develop. But since this regime has been here, if you look at all the raw receivers we had and everyone who balled out for us and been successful, they've been all transfers. There's yet to be a receiver under this regime that we brought in recruiting and that has developed and became a star. Like name one. You know, we came in with Jordan Addison, brought in Tyler Watson.
He was already ready though. He was already Biletnikoff winner.
That's what I'm saying. Though, if you look at all this wave of receivers, everyone who's been balling out for us, we haven't seen that yet. Everybody else has transferred in for somewhere else that was already pretty good. The Todd Washington, the Brandon Rice, Jordan Addison. You know, he had got wide receiver of the year before that, the Biletnikoff. So you know what I'm saying. So at some point we got to see this style. Recruit a receiver, develop them to become that guy. We haven't seen that. I mean, it's only been 3 years, but you know what I'm saying?
But he had him at Oklahoma, though. He had him at Oklahoma. CD Lamb.
Did he had them, or did he inherit them?
I think he spent 3 years. I think CD Lamb spent 3 years under him, didn't
he? Yeah, I
believe so.
I think.
But if you look at it at Oklahoma, he had one stud receiver like each time. Like it was D.D. Holyfield. Then it went to C.D. Lamb. Then then Hollywood Brown. Then C.D. Lamb. Like they were all one at a time. They weren't there at the same time. He didn't have to juggle like 4 alpha receivers at one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that might have been, the problem, with a lot of receivers. I've even seen some of them, complain that, okay, the ball didn't come their way. Even when we, will have a successful drive and you come down and you score and you end up throwing it to another receiver, you can look at the body language on the other ones like, hey, I'm wide open too. I think we just had too many. A lot of times,
not enough balls to go around.
Yeah, it's not enough balls to go around, and you want to run the ball. So that's what I'm saying. Have 2 stud receivers that you can go to, and the rest of them be like filler-ins, man. The rest of them be if you plan on running the ball like we need to run the ball in this Big Ten conference.
Hey, back to the portal though. Look, I like this dude, the Oregon State linebacker, hopped in the portal. He was a freshman last year. He totaled 75 tackles as a freshman out of Oregon State. That's what I like to see in the portal.
Right.
Not just potential and talent, actual production. So if you tell me as a freshman he got 75 tackles, I want this kid.
Yeah. So we got 2 defensive backs from Oregon State last year too, didn't we?
We got a
linebacker.
We got a linebacker and a safety.
Right.
Yeah, the Arnold brothers.
So I've been tracking the portal, and it's some production slowly hopping in the portal.
Right.
Oh yeah, and you even starting to see the Alabama and Georgia, even though you starting to see teams that's in the playoffs. Even people starting to, which I'm surprised by. I'll wait till we lose before I hop in there.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because chances are they not going to play in that playoff anyway. The ones that are leaving out like that, they're not going to play in that playoff anyway.
I want the experience in the ride, in the ring. If we don't win that championship, I want to be on the side part of that team.
Mm-hmm.
I just wait till the second one, but some of them already starting to go in there. And you see, Dabo Swinney done changed his tune. He in the portal trying to get people now.
Oh, he in the portal now.
Yeah. There's a couple people that got talking to Clemson that's going into the portal. I said, he done changed his track. He realized Clemson getting left behind.
Hey, Chris, your background real low.
My bad, man. It would be toddlers.
Hey, so with Clemson, the problem with Dabo is this: he only have a good team every 3 to 4 years by not attacking the portal like that. If you just using all recruits every
Right.
and this year, he got a bunch of juniors and seniors, and that's why he's in the playoff the way he is. He knows that next season it's going to be like starting all over again. And you remember at one point they was calling for Dabo Swinney's job out there in South Carolina. They wanted him out of there until he made the what? Until he's in the playoffs this year. That's the only issue with Dabo Swinney's method of recruiting and not using the portal. But now he's starting to catch up with the times. And maybe, the fact that he's in the playoffs, the donors might be like, well, hey, you show what you could do without the portal. Now here's a bigger bag. Let's see what you could do with the portal.
Exactly.
Man, the reason he in the portal, because they still lost 3 games, and outside of Georgia, they had no business. They lost 2 games they had no business losing. The reason they in the playoffs is because Miami blew it against Syracuse in their last game. Miami win that game, they wouldn't. Clemson wouldn't even been playing in the ACC championship game. So things just happened to fall in his favor with Miami losing 2 late games in the season.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but they was in position to take advantage of that. I wish we was in position to take advantage of some of these losses.
Me too. Man, hey, look, I don't care if we was on the road or at home or playing in Alaska somewhere. As long as we're in the playoffs, man, because that's going to bring more revenue. It's going to bring more recruiting power to your staff, man. It's going to bring especially the further you go in the playoffs, you mess around and get a home game, man. There's ticket sales, man. There's TV revenue. There's parking. There's alcohol sales. Everybody, the money is still flowing when you're in the playoffs, man. The bowl game is good, but the money is really flowing when you're in those playoffs.
Yeah, you making extra millions for sure.
Yeah, you making extra money every time you play. Let's just say you got to play what 3 games to get to the national title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to win 3 times, man. That's 3 times. You playing at the crib. 3 times you playing at the crib. Well, at least twice. You playing at the crib. And I think the semifinals.
One time, only one time, and then after that, it's the bowl games.
Yeah.
Okay, only one time you playing.
Only the first game.
Okay.
Yeah, only the first game was at home.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. But still, though, that's still TV revenue. And that's the biggest part right there. The TV revenue. That's the biggest part.
Most definitely.
So we definitely Raleigh is going to have to take advantage. I know they got a certain amount of money they got to spend on this NIL, so they're not going to be able to miss. But you're going to have to take advantage of this. We did get fortunate enough to land up in the Las Vegas Bowl. I think the most important part is this: we playing the SEC team. And we can start the season off by beating the SEC team, and end the season by beating the SEC team. That's going to go good going into the second portal wonder for us.
Hey, this is why I'm scared about the portal though, because I'm looking at it right now, and a lot of these dudes are committing quick, like Cole Brevard.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He just committed to Texas. Like these dudes is in the portal like 3 or 4 days and already committing. So that's why I was like, man, we can't let Silver get off campus. Like, look.
Well, I heard they're looking at another D lineman too.
Portal and committed. Like
I heard they looking at
today.
Hey, I heard they looking at another D lineman too. Where's that kid from?
Tulane. I know. Hope you ain't come to the one
Tulane.
they was talking about today from
the
Tulane.
one from Tulane. Yeah, from Tulane. Is that him?
Yeah.
Is that him? Okay.
Chris don't like the Tulane dude.
Oh, he doesn't.
I ain't gonna say I don't. No, I ain't gonna say I don't like him. What I'm saying is, if we had these 2 other big options, right, that we know are game changers and that we need, and the kid at Kentucky is supposed to be done visiting and all that, and now today we're talking about this cat from Tulane. I'm a little nervous, like, are we about to miss out again? Are we missing out on these gotta have players?
I'm on SC head, but even if we get Silver, bro, we still gonna need more. Like, if you ask me, bro, I feel like we need at least 4 D linemen to make me personally feel comfortable. And 3 of them need to be impact players that's really starting and can go to the NFL. I feel like we need an edge that's proven that's going to give us anywhere from 8 to 12 sacks. Off the back, we need that. And I feel like we need 2 tackles that's going to start and be NFL bound. I feel like we need whoever the Derek Harmon and Walter Nolan is this year. We need that on our D-line. So even if we do got Silver in the wrap, I do want to hear we looking at other D-linemen because we got to realize we need multiple guys on the D-line, bro.
Well, I think we're gonna need at least 2 interior defensive linemen, definitely. If you can get Silver and one more, and possibly 1 edge. But as far as anything more than 3, I don't think we need because of what we got coming back. You got to remember, you got Lucas coming back, you got Jade coming back, you got Carlon Jones is going to play over the center. You got Cam Fountain, you got Braden Shelby. You got some players in there.
Okay,
we got some players.
Everybody you just named. Not saying I even fully disagree with you, but this playing devil's advocate, this for the law. What player did you name that actually did shit last year? That's an impact player. I don't want to hear potential. We know the potential Cam Fountain got. I already know that. We know the potential G-Day got. But what player you named that actually did some shit last year?
I think had we put, well, I'm not going off of potential, but I think had Cam Fountain been playing a lot of snaps in the beginning, and I think that if Lucas would not have gotten hurt, I think both of them would have been impact players.
That's if, though. I didn't ask you if this in the third. I'm asking you what players you named that already put it up on the board.
But Lucas didn't get hurt. Lucas didn't get hurt to the Penn State game. He had every chance possible.
That was the Penn State game. The Penn State game was what, the 4th game?
No, man, it was like the 5th or the 6th.
It was the 5th or the 6th game.
It was like
we started off with
game
because we had already lost to Minnesota and Michigan.
Yeah, and then we had beat LSU and we had played Utah State, so it was like the 5th or the 6th game.
Yeah, we was 4-2 going into Penn State. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had plenty of opportunity to be that guy.
Only thing Lucas showed is that he was better than he was a year before. I could say that he was more disruptive, but he still wasn't getting to the quarterback or having a gang of tackle for losses. He looked better though. I ain't gonna lie. Lucas was one of them players where it was like, damn, he had a gang of almost sacks.
I thought he was a red shirt. Wasn't he a red shirt freshman?
Lucas?
Yeah.
Next year, his last year.
No.
He was a freshman at Texas. He was a freshman at Texas A&M. Then he done played 2 seasons for us.
I thought he was with us for 1 season. I thought he redshirted at Texas A&M and then came to us.
He played with us. This was his 2nd season with us.
Oh, that's right. He didn't really play the first year. He didn't really play the first year.
He did.
No, he got caught the first year. He just didn't do nothing.
Yeah, and I feel like that was because of Grinch, because Grinch dropped his ass all the way down to 235.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I forgot. Yeah, you got to remember, man. Grinch screwed over a lot of kids, man. That whole, and I'm thinking he got that crap when he was up at Washington State. Because they like a lean, small defensive line that hit the gaps faster and come off the edge faster. Yeah. The problem is, when you play big boy ball, man, that ain't gonna work. Those offensive tackles, man, get their hands on you, and it's a wrap for you. So
back to what I was saying though. You
can't. I would say.
You can't name me a defensive lineman that had production last year. You only can say potential, bro. So that's why. If I'm a fan, that's why I said for me to feel like we ain't gonna be mid. Now, if we talking about can we go?
What about Devin Tompkins? You don't think he did good last year?
Devin Tompkins
this past season?
Good, but check it. Look, Devin Tompkins is good. He was good last year, and he has potential to be great, right? He has potential to be an NFL player. But to be honest with you, if he stay at the level he was this year, bro. On a championship team, he my backup then, right?
Okay.
If I'm building a championship team, I want my nose tackle, my defensive lineman to be a notch above him. I feel great if he my backup, but I don't think he's a championship level starter defensive lineman at this point yet in his career.
Okay.
Now,
I
I agree.
agree.
We have like 5
I
or
agree.
6 dudes that could get at that level. But I'm asking you, what we got coming back, I ain't even asking no more. What we got coming back is all potential, bro. No production. Nobody has shown to be an NFL star putting that film
No,
on.
not no NFL star. No.
So
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
saying we
saying.
had
I
the
feel
NFL
like to
stars. Right.
compete for a national championship. Look, I'm an SC fan, bro, and I ain't gonna lower the standard. So as an SC fan, I'm only happy and satisfied and interested if I feel like we can compete for a championship and get in the playoffs. For us to compete for the championship, I'm not comfortable if our whole D line is question marks, even though it got potential, but they all question marks because they ain't done it yet. Ain't none of them dudes
Okay.
played at the level that we want or envision them to play just yet, right?
Right.
So for me to feel comfortable as a fan, I need 4 or 5. I need a whole starting lineup in the portal that had production for me to feel comfortable. I don't want to bank on, I hope Anthony Lucas break out. I hope Brandon Shelby break out. I hope Devon Tompkins take it to the next level. I don't want to have a whole D lineman full of hope.
Because here's the thing.
My starting lineup for sure thing. So yes, I want 3 or 4 dudes out the portal and let all our potential dudes y'all on the 2 deep. But at the same time, you're gonna have a chance in spring, and whoever I bring in to get the starting spot. But you're gonna have to raise your level than you played next year. I'm bringing in niggas who played better than all our defensive linemen last year. Then what are we doing? Then we ain't upgrading. We're replacing the same shit we losing. No, I need to upgrade. So Kobe leaving, Gavin leaving, Nate leaving. I don't need niggas at their level. I need niggas that's better than Nate Clifton was. That's better than Gavin Meyer was. Because guess what? Them niggas wasn't good enough to change our season. Right? Eric Harmon and Walker could have changed our season.
Here's the thing. Here's the most interesting stat that you need to know about the production we have coming back. When Eric Gentry gets hurt in game 4 and still finish the season as a linebacker, still finish the season for tackles for loss and sacks as a team leader, there's a problem.
That's pathetic.
That's a big problem.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? He the only dude that didn't gain no weight. That lets you know it's about heart first. It's about heart first. But just like Chris said, though, that's an excellent point. Gentry only played like 4 games and led the team in sacks and tackle for loss. That's horrible. That's horrible. What's up, J.A.? John that hopped on this thing. What's up, bro?
What's going on, John?
How y'all brothers doing?
Doing great, man.
Yes, sir.
Before you cook, what you think about DJ Harvey? Because I know
I didn't even know till I just seen it right now pop up on my channel. I've been sitting here at the office like, oh, okay, Carter going live. We got another commit. What position he playing?
DB. He's DB.
Oh, so we done snatched 2 DBs, right?
Yep.
Which is much needed.
It is.
What year is he?
I think
he got 1 year left.
He got 1 year left.
Oh, okay. So we got a 1 year rental, but that's cool because the other kid is young. The other one we got right from UCF.
Yeah.
He young.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's something. I mean, it's a position of need.
It is.
It's a position of need. But did the kid ball out last year?
Yep. He had an 89 grade on PFF. He had like
4 interceptions.
Oh, that's a higher grade than what Kamari Ramsey came in last year.
Yeah, but we got to factor in his level of competition wasn't the same as Kamari's. San Jose State schedule ain't like that, but playing the corner is hard on any level, though. I don't care. Like, playing corner is hard.
So what school is he coming out of? San Jose State. Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah, he had 4 interceptions, a gang of solo tackles. The kid can play. He was at Virginia Tech, and then he left Virginia Tech after his first 2 seasons and went to San Jose State. But he's actually a California kid. Went to high school right there in California.
Well, I look at it as he got more interceptions than any kid that we got this year.
Facts.
True.
So, it's like, I mean, he's doing something right. And then, we've been seeing a lot of times with the kids who play in their lesser talent, they actually have the talent to play at the Power 5 level, just haven't had the time, just haven't been able to be in a position to do it. So, I mean, 4 years. Go ahead.
I mean, San Jose State just ain't that terrible of a program playing not terrible. You know what I'm saying? School.
Right.
He's
Nah, they
still
D1.
playing.
They ain't
Yeah, he's
D2.
still
They
playing big.
D1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me,
I mean, we just played San Jose State last year.
Right.
yeah. No, I ain't even saying like that. I'm just saying for those who want to be like, well, he got this high grade, but it's competition. But like even at the level of San Jose State, you could get exposed. It's talent. You're gonna play talented players.
Right.
You know what these coaches do with a player like Harvey? They putting on the tape when he did play against high caliber like us. They watching how he looked against us. You know, San Jose State, they at least play like 2 or 3 teams that's on a Power 5 level each year.
Right.
So you can still judge them on the quality teams they play. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I do trust our defensive staff from identifying players, right? So I feel like Amari Ramsey, of course, that was a great addition. We identified something with that. We kind of missed with John Humphreys, but I think we brought him. He was better at UCLA. I don't know what the hell happened with him with us this year.
You know
I
what
don't
I
know.
think that a lot of that Carter at that UCLA was because they had the defensive lineman to get to the quarterback.
Yeah. That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Because they had Toya and then they had Latu. I mean Latu, first round, top
Yeah,
10
the
pick. You
Murphy
know what I
twins.
mean?
And the Murphy twins.
Yeah, and the Murphy twins.
So yeah, I guess some of that was fool's gold, but
Right.
I feel
Yeah.
like most of the players we got last year in the portal, it was pretty good. I don't think we really missed. Like Nate Clifton was decent. I don't think we thought he was going to be a superstar. I think that was a good evaluation. Gavin Meyer, damn sure, was a good evaluation coming out of Wyoming. He wasn't a star, but he wasn't a miss. So Mascarenas Arnold, he wasn't a miss either. He was better than Mason Cobb. He was definitely playing better when he had Drenchey by his side. So I'm
Oh yeah.
looking at the players we didn't got in the portal on the defensive side. I feel like I trust the defensive coaching staff to where when they target somebody, they got something to work with.
Uh-huh.
So that's
Yeah,
what I
and
look
then they could coach up. They just want somebody who want to work.
Yes, it's somebody who had the potential to be coached up. I want to get your thought on this because we had this debate for like 15 minutes. I told Chris and Brian that right now Jacoby Lane is a better receiver than Deuce Robinson, but I feel like Deuce Robinson got more potential. I want to know your take on that.
You're absolutely right with that. I mean, Jacoby Lane, the only receiver we have snagging one-handed catches on a regular.
Facts.
At the height that he's at, you know, at the size. I think a lot of things with Jacoby, though. I mean, I don't know the kid personally, and I'm not here to knock nobody, but you know, maybe it may be a thing to where he needs some maturing.
I said the same thing. Remember, I said
Yeah.
he played too much. Every time you look around, he playing and he dancing.
Right,
Every time you look around, he do too much of that. He just
right.
B,
really need to grow up.
you don't want him out there shaking the tail for the man.
No. Every time you touch, every time you get a touchdown, man, you got to dance. Every time you get a touchdown.
Right, you scored. Let's get, and he doesn't want we're down. We was down by like 2 tons. One time he did all like, hey, bro, this ain't the time to be doing all that. You better, man, you gotta get keep that helmet strapped on and get ready for the next, for the next time we get the ball. We need it. We trying to come back right now.
Hey, you know what? That'll be more of a red flag if it was any other position. But all them receivers, they be like that. You kind of want to see that in them. Like, they got to be divas and think they the shit and always like, I mean, like, look, remember
Like you
Chad
want them to have
Makai
some
ain't like
swag.
that.
You want them to have
and
some swag to them, right?
T.O. was
Makai
pulling
not
out
like that.
Sharpie markers and signing footballs in the game. Like, these
Yeah,
receivers act like that, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's a
but
part of their
Randy
DNA.
Moss wasn't like that. Randy Moss wasn't like that. Megatron wasn't like that.
But so
Right.
we were,
They were
though.
all business. They were all business.
All I'm saying
Sometimes you have to
is,
be all business.
all I'm saying is, I feel like part of the personality of being a receiver, it seemed like a lot of them is like that, though. Yeah, you got your Jerry Rices. It's some that's not, but it's a lot that is, though. Like Ocho Cinco, T.O. was like that.
Mhm.
Randy Moss was kind of a rebel too. Like, he didn't celebrate after every touchdown, but it wasn't like Randy Moss didn't have an attitude about him either, though.
Yeah, I
But
must not
who?
remember Reggie Moss scored and act like he pulled his pants down and mooned the
Yeah, you
Oh,
feel
Yeah.
that is, I
me?
remember that one. Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel me? So these receivers be having them type of attitudes.
Yeah.
OBJ, he gonna dance for every touchdown. OBJ dancing every time.
Even what's his name? He wasn't doing that, but he had some swag to him too. Keyshawn.
Yeah, give me the damn ball. Like all these
Right.
receivers is kind of like not
It's
your
Diva.
good to
typical
have
probably
personality.
team
I'm
guys.
not saying don't have personality. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying every time you touch the ball, man, you don't have to damn dance. That's all I'm
I
saying.
feel
I
you.
want to
I
see you have a
feel
good
you,
time.
Look.
but I agree. But
Ah,
I feel like that come with the diva personality that a lot of receivers have. That's basically what I'm
Uh,
saying. A lot of these
uh,
receivers, they divas. Like they
right.
not
And
necessarily.
I think he got the potential to be top 15. Like I said, first day, man. You can't. He got the stuff you just can't teach.
Right.
I just want to see him get more serious. That's all, bro.
yeah, he signed with Kentucky
Sam
today.
Green committed to Kentucky, y'all.
I saw
Yeah,
that. I saw that.
he signed to
Oh, he
Kentucky
did?
earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he did. Ray John leaving too.
Yep, I
Yeah.
Yeah,
saw
he's
that.
leaving.
And B, you were saying I know you were talking in our last live about the schedule. We do have a favorable schedule next
Yeah,
year.
we do. It's very favorable. Very favorable.
HR picking stuff. HR picking stuff don't like our recruiting strategy.
Who?
HR picking stuff. He supported
Why
Jay.
not?
He always come through with support. He felt like we should have went after Devontae Smith, the cornerback from Alabama, will be a better pickup. I don't know that
He just hit the portal though today.
yeah.
Yeah, we already had this in motion. He just Justice Terry hit the portal today.
Who?
Alabama running back. Their star running back, Justice Terry. Justice
Justice
Haynes.
Haynes.
Yeah, I said Terry.
Oh, he
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
said Kareem Jackson. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted Kareem Jackson too. But Kareem Jackson is one of them dudes that was in the portal only like 2-3 days. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's tampering going on because these
Oh
kids
yeah.
commit after like 2 or 3 days in the portal.
Oh
Right.
yeah. They talking to him beforehand, and that's what people don't realize. And we start getting mad and people taking players. Man, these folks and their agents already have been in contact with them. Deals pretty much
Oh
been
yeah.
done before they
Oh
even enter
yeah.
the portal.
Hey,
Where's
but
he out of though? Kareem Jackson. Where did he ball at last year?
he was at Florida.
Oh,
Yeah, he
okay.
was. He
And he
played
was
DB, didn't he? He played DB.
Yeah.
yeah. He pretty good too.
Here's the thing: until they start getting at least 2 year contracts with these kids, man, you're gonna have this every year.
Yeah.
They're gonna be signing every year. They need to get at least a 2 or 3 year contract with these kids. That way, it'll cut down on some of this portal jumping. You understand what I'm saying? Other
Yeah,
than
but
that, you're gonna always have agents gonna be contacting the agents. Talk to these other kids at these schools, and they know who they're trying to get. So what they do is they just put the bug in their client and be like, hey, look, if you go ahead and jump in the portal now, I got a team that's ready to give you 2 million right now. So they
Right.
put their name in the portal. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't gonna stop. This ain't gonna stop until they put
yeah, but
guardrails
that
on it.
will, I don't even think the contracts will stop it, right? Because it ain't no
I think it
rules.
will.
So many schools, but look, I don't think that will have to be written, even if you do contracts, right? So as a school,
Uh-huh.
you can be able to offer whatever contract. You can be able to say 4 years,
Right.
3 years, right?
Right.
So
Right.
a school who want to out recruit you, if they know a kid want a 1 year deal, so he could leave if he don't like it, so we could part ways, and that's what other teams gonna do. Like, okay, you don't want to commit somewhere 3 years, and then a coach might go to the NFL, your position coach might get fired, or he might get another job. 3 years is an eternity in college. So I'm just playing devil's advocate. If I'm a school
Right.
and I got a player and I realize he ain't really feeling the 2-3 year commitment, then I'm gonna offer him the 1 year. Like, hey, this commit for us for 1 year. I'm confident that you're gonna like it and you're gonna want to double back. And it creates flexibility so you can negotiate an even higher price for your next deal if you play this year. That's why players in professional, they always want a player option so they can opt out their contract if they've been balling and get more money. So all that's gonna create is a loophole for other schools to say, okay, most of these schools is trying to make y'all sign 3 year deals. Come here for 1 year.
But here's the
You
thing,
know
though.
what I'm saying?
With those
Then
1 year deals,
renegotiate the
that's
second year.
with those 1 year deals. Those are not normally top tier players, though. So there's no way you could tell a kid is going to be what coming out of high school. I agree with that. But these kids has already established themselves, for 1 year, like the cornerback that we get from UCL. He played as a freshman. At least 6 games he started, from what I understand. At least 6 games he started. And he was pretty much held his own. So those are the type that you want to get at least a 2-year deal on. You get a 1-year deal, then next thing you know, the following year, he come out there and be productive for you, and somebody else offer him, $3.5 million. He gone.
Right.
He gone. So the ones who are getting the 1-year deals, to me, especially when you look at it from an NBA perspective, man, those 1-year deals, those 10-day contracts, those players are not really that good. Those are the ones who get the deals. The good players get the 3-year with a 4th-year option. And when you look at the league, those are the ones who get the money. So I won't even deal with a lot of those 1-year contracts, man, like that for no younger player. I just won't do it because now I got to turn around and up him. And if I don't come with an extra $500K that he think he deserved, he gone. Now I got to re-recruit that position and get that new player acclimated to it. I wouldn't deal with a bunch of those. I just wouldn't do it.
The only thing that's gonna stop the Porter mayhem is if they go back to how it used to be. You transfer. If you're not a grad transfer, you sit out. That's the only thing that's gonna slow that down.
Right.
But they ain't going back to that. So they've opened up Pandora's box with NIL with Portal. They did it. The problem is not that they did. The problem is they did it so quickly without thinking things through.
Right.
And a lot of times in life, when you do stuff so quick and you don't think out the pros and the cons and how we gonna regulate, how this is gonna affect this and this, this is what you run into. And now that it's been opened and it's been opened in such a quick way and nobody thought all this stuff through, oh, it's too late now.
Yeah. This is
I look at it.
players.
Like where did they get their advice from? Like what? Like, are you that dumb? Like, where we look at the way. I mean, I'm not knocking no kids getting paid, but like, who was in the meeting room when you guys were talking this through? Because it's bad for all of college football. Not just SC. Like I've been seeing it, man. Them kids is jumping in the portal all over every school.
Yeah, Marshall can't even play their bowl game. They complete team entered the portal.
I heard about that, man. I heard about that.
Yeah,
are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened is Marshall won the Sun Belt, and the university, no time during the season or even after they won the Sun Belt championship game, they didn't come back and renew the coach contract or offer him a contract. So he took the Southern Miss job. The day that was announced, shoot, like
every
30
kid
some
in the
kids
portal next day, right?
Yep, and Marshall came out today and said they forfeit the bowl game against Army because they don't have, what I'm saying, a team to play.
I think it's gonna get to a point to where a lot of fans gonna be turned off, man. With this whole NIL and the portal, if they don't fix one or the other, a lot of fans gonna be turned off, and eventually just hell, you might as well just be watching the damn NFL if you want to ask me. You might as well just be watching the NFL team. It's the same thing. It's the exact same model, except for I think here is worse because you got a lot of 1-year contract players to where in the NFL they got contracts for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, or what do you think, Big James? What do you think, Chris Carter? What do you got to think about capping it somehow, though? Like if you're a freshman, you can only make this much.
You can't cap it.
Now, see, this is what I've been. You can't, but this is what I've been said. The problem with all this is that there's no regulation, no one to regulate it. You know what I'm saying? There's no guardrails in place. But one of the biggest issues you were saying, who thought of this? Well, while the NCAA was trying to come up with something to regulate and all that, it went to Congress and all that. They don't get along, so Congress went with the university. Remember that whole thing with Nico, the quarterback from Tennessee? That's what put all this.
The kid out of Long Beach.
Yeah, that's what put this all in progress. But my thing is, what I would say is put limits on the NIL. I mean, on the portal. How many times you can transfer? Also, you if you don't want people just hopping in portal, you got to do something to discourage them, or just go back to the old. If you're not a grad transfer, you got to sit out a year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as far as NIL, I would say set a cap for every university has the same cap about the amount of money that you can spend. and NIL and make people manage their roster like they do in the NFL.
I feel like even then you're gonna have teams like Oregon is gonna do it how the SEC been doing it for years and give you that brown bag at McDonald's. You know, like I mean, I feel like there's gonna always be ways they'll wiggle around it, depending on how bad you want the player.
Man, Oregon couldn't wait until it went live like this, man. This is right up their alley.
Right.
Because they got Scrooge McDuck over there, with all of that cash, man. They probably couldn't wait. But the only way I could see you fixing it is like what Christian said with the portal, because you can't put a cap on somebody's name and their image in their likeness. You just can't do that.
Right.
It's a capitalistic society. You can make as much as as your market is willing, as the market is willing to pay. You understand what I'm saying? So hey, look, unless you're a grad transfer, once you transfer one time, that's it. And if you do transfer, you're gonna have to sit out a year. That's the only way I can see this. You put somewhat of a guardrail up to limit all of this portal jumping, because right now I think it's close to what 4,000 kids in the portal right now.
Almost 4,000. You're right. Yep. And I'm looking here. You brought up Oregon. They got the #1 class in the country per rivals, right? And they got 21 commits, the same amount of commits that we got. And in between us and them, everybody else got 24, 25, 26, 22, 23, 28. And they got, I mean, it's like, dang, they really do just got an open checkbook.
I'm telling you,
their
man,
average star rating is like extremely higher than everybody. They got lower commits with a higher star rating.
Dan Lannon got an open checkbook, and you know why he got the lower number of commits, so he can hit the portal and get the top transfers too.
Oh, right.
It's a great strategy. It's a great strategy. So you keep your high school commits down to like around 20, and then you go get the rest of them out of the portal.
Right.
Oh, they got it sold up, man.
Yeah, because if he got 21 commits, he can still go in the portal and grab 10, 15 more kids.
Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Who got 21 commits? I had dropped out for a minute. Who had 21 commits?
Okay, so Oregon's rated per rivals. Oregon's rated #1 in the nation, recruiting class, and they only got 21 commits. Nobody in the top 15 other than us in Miami have 21 commits. Everybody got like 26, 25, 20, even Texas 25, Georgia 28. They're #3. And it's like, if you look at the average star rating is 4.1, which is like 2 points higher than anybody on here. It's like they got the open checkbook. They got 4 or 5 stars. They got 15 4 stars. They only got 2 3 stars on their roster. And they come in the recruiting class for 2025. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You there, Carter?
I don't know. Maybe he having some issues with his service.
Right. Hold on. I think he's pulling it up. That's 247. Pull up Rival. Pull up Rival.
I was on mute. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull up Rival, but even on 247, they rank 3rd, but it said they got 27 commits, John.
Yeah, see, but right here on Rivals, I'm looking at it right now. It said it was updated today at 341 that they got 21.
What?
But that may be, yeah.
Oh, my bad, because that's a different year. That was 2024. Hold on. I got this the 2025 class. My bad. Let me see. I'm gonna go to Rivals too. Let me see. I used it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. They got 21 commits. They got 17 4 stars. Only 1 3 star.
Exactly. Because on this one it says 2 3 stars. And I'm like, they ain't got nothing but 4 and 5 star players. That's it. That's all they recruit.
And they average is the highest. They got the 94 average on kids.
Yep.
Damn, they got 4 5 stars. This is
bro.
This is so bull. I hate Oregon, boy.
I got that money, man.
Man, ain't nobody competing with that shit, bro.
4 or 5, and they all 98. God.
But Carter,
yeah.
we talked about this signing day and all that. Or the night before, what Oregon do? If you look at about 3 of them 5 stars they got, they weren't even projected to go to Oregon. They flipped signing day.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The Cormier Moore, he was going to Texas, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, it was another
And
kid supposed to be going to LSU. Was another kid, a defensive back. They were supposed to be going to. I mean, they was flipping everybody that day.
Ohio State,
The
yeah,
money.
Yeah.
Naheem
Yeah,
Alford.
Ohio State. Yeah.
Well, they
Yep.
was even trying to get Jakeem Stewart.
Yeah, that's the kid that's out of Parker, man. He out of Birmingham. Naeem Alford.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he out of Birmingham. He's down here where I'm from. So
Is he
yeah,
the real
they
deal?
flipping kid. Yeah, he the real deal. Yeah, so they as a matter of fact, they won the state title. When was it? A couple of days ago.
Okay.
They stole Trey McNutt from us too. Damn,
Was he the
That's
DB?
what I'm saying.
the safety.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
And they
that's what
got
I'm saying, man.
we was trying to get YouTube too. Nasir Wyatt, like
Hmm.
damn, Oregon
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Well, that's that open checkbook. That's Uncle Phil checkbook. That's what I was saying. You get 21 players, and then the rest of them you get out the portal. You get the top talent out the portal. So you keep that gap in between the portal and your young players. So that way they not all of them not required to really come in and start day one.
Right.
And then they back them up. So you go in there, you might blow out a couple teams, beat them by 45, 50. Then you bring in them freshmen and let them get that playing time. That way, when it comes down to the end of the season, if you got any injuries or even next season, they prime, they ready to go. They already been tested and true.
Right.
So as long as they got it like this, this is actually Oregon's dream. Hey, look, keep the portal open and keep the open NIL the way it is. It
But
works
check it
out to the
though.
advantage of Oregon. That's
But
it.
check it. But check it though. It's about balance though. Like they could
Uh-huh.
only take 21 this year because shit, they took 28 last year.
Well, they got 105 kids on their damn team. They ain't tripping.
Right.
they
But just like they say in the
don't care.
comments though.
Like,
Just like they say in the comments though, Oregon gonna have a lot of kids in the portal though.
Yeah, but those kids that jumping in the portal are being changed out for kids that's better though. They know they ain't gonna see the field if you got, a Naheem Alford that's coming from, that's a 5-star that's coming from a state championship team, and then they got all these kids coming from all over the nation, and then they already telling you that they're gonna hit the portal too. And every kid that they go after, with the exception of like maybe one or two, they get.
right.
They get them.
Got Miller Moss going to Louisville, huh?
But
He going to Louisville?
it gonna be
Yeah,
them.
that's what it said. I'm reading it online too.
Yep, I put the comment up there. I didn't even really read it, but he committed to Louisville.
I
The
know. I
team
think
who
that's kind of
love.
like what?
Hey,
Like,
Louisville probably offered him a bag. Like, boy, we seen you throw 6 TDs. Like,
oh,
Hey, well,
that's right. Because we played
you
them
can look
last
for
year.
yeah,
you can look for
Louisville. Like, I
Kyron
don't know what
Hudson.
happened this year, but we feel like you a baller though.
You can look for Kyron Hudson to probably go to follow him to Louisville too.
I think Kate Eldridge as well.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Remember,
I've been hearing that Miller Moss going to have a package deal, with a couple of receivers now. Exactly, I didn't know who at the time. This was before Kyron Hudson hit the portal. But now that I see that the tight end gone and Kyron Hudson gone, maybe even Deuce Robinson too.
I
You
know.
just never know.
Hey, what if we was wrong about Miller Moss? What if all he needed was a line
I
that
don't think
could
we was.
protect him?
I don't think
Line
we
it up
was.
next year.
I don't think we were. I don't think we
Man,
were wrong about that.
I mean,
No, we wasn't
I'm
I don't
wrong
just
think.
about
saying,
but
that.
like,
this
we
is
got to be prepared.
No,
but
I
this
don't
is
think
what
so.
we've been saying. This is what we've been saying all year about Miller Moss. That Miller Moss is good. He just don't fit our system. So if he do have
Mhm.
an offensive line, he can produce. That's why we thought he'd be better at a team like run heavy that with NFL type offensive lines where you stand in the pocket like Iowa or Michigan and things like that. I'm concerned about him if he's going to Louisville because the offense is, you know, they do got a good running back. They do like
Mhm.
to run the ball, but they like to throw it. They like to throw it around too. So if that offensive line
Right.
can't hold up. He. I'm surprised by the pick. If I kind of missed it, but I think y'all said that he went to Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that pick of the schools he had that he chose Louisville. But again, Braum was a great quarterback in Louisville. So maybe he's like, hey, come let me coach you up. I'm the quarterback. That's what I do. And but not to
Shit,
get off
he probably
this,
upped his
we didn't
bag. They
talk
probably
about
off Louisville
we
probably
didn't
offered
talk
him a big
about
ass bag though. I said Louisville probably offered him a big ass bag because of how he did them. But you got to look
Damn.
at,
Hold
you got to
on.
look at the hidden numbers.
and
I
Carter. I don't know because I might have came on late. I don't know if I've come, but did we already talk about the 2026 class? You know, right now we one or two, depending on what
I'm
range
looking
you're
at
looking
it
at in
right now.
recruitment.
I'm looking at it right now.
We're ki-
Oregon,
we're
they ain't
killing it.
dropped last week, too.
You know we got RJ Sermon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
seen that. Let me go to our commit. This is our commits for 2026. Like we number 4 according to 247. We got Xavier Griffin. He's going to get upgraded to a 5-star, I believe. Griffin is. He a
It's
beast.
crazy that they have us at number 4. Everything I seen, we were at 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is 247. 247, they go off, they add up your points. So each player get a point rating. So like Xavier Griffin, he a 95. And then they add up all your points and do averages and shit like that. But I think 247 is actually total points. So the more recruits you got for 247, the better, because they just add up the points. Other websites, they add up points and average. So I look at 247 because it's less room for biasness, because they judging these players, they judging your class by the cumulative amount of points your players add up to, right? So you watch it when a player commit to USC and if they drop them. So that's why I always watch when they commit to see where they at. And usually 247, they don't drop them as soon as they commit to SC, but they be playing that game too, like especially on 3. But I go to 24. I look at all of them, to be honest, and I give my own opinion. You feel me? I don't care what they say. I just look at all of them just to see who committed. But we got Xavier Griffin. I feel like he a 5-star. RJ Sermons, I feel like, well, he a 91. But Xavier Griffin, he 95. So that's borderline 5-star. Like when you get up to the 96.
Wait. They got Sermons as only a 4-star?
Yeah.
That's crazy. The number 1 DB in the class?
He only a 4-star. But he's a junior. I'm telling you, this probably update though, like, right? Because for instance, like when Jakeem Stewart was a part of the 26 class, 247 had him as a 5-star. But as soon as he reclassified to the 2025 class, they dropped him to a 4-star.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of these players that got 4 stars, they're going to have a chance to get that 5-star. You know what I'm saying? Xavier Griffin, like I said, he on the tusk. He got a 95 rating. So all he got to do is go to one of these camps and show out, and he'll get your 5-star. Like the 5-star game is a money game, bro. Like my cousin went through it. I've seen it firsthand in my family. So you, first of all, you could pay for stars. You could be a 3-star and pay for that 4-star, right?
Wow.
And a lot of kids that get the 5-star is the kids that go to their camps, that be going to these 247s and these Under Armours in these camps.
Right.
That's why Jakeem Stewart was so high. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Jakeem Stewart, he only played 1 year of high school ball. He only played his sophomore year.
I heard about
They said
that.
they only got like 12 games of tape on him.
Yeah, but he's rated so high because what he did in them camps.
Did y'all see him in those camps though?
He was
He's a
Y'all see the
monster.
clips of him?
Yeah, he's a monster. He's
That's what
something
I'm
else.
saying. But he got to be raw though, B Jinx, because if you only played 1 year of high school ball, you raw. What was he doing them other 3 years? What did he do this year? That's why I think we shouldn't expect Jakeem
Some
Stewart.
kids are just a what you call a man child. That's what we got a lot saying in the South. When you like that, man, you just a man child. With his size like that, you walk into a place like that. Yeah, Jadavion Clowney. When I saw him at one of those camps, and I saw what he did to that Oregon commit, the offensive tackle, I'm like, damn, he treated him like he was a little boy or something.
Right.
That's a man child. That's a man child.
Well, I mean, that's what they're saying about.
Got that.
That's what they say about Stewart, is that in those camps he was doing that against all upperclassmen.
Yeah,
against
doing it since the
right.
freshman year.
Right. So imagine him with Henny, working with him every day.
Right.
Getting stronger with Beanie Wiley. Imagine that, man. By his sophomore year, he's gonna be unstoppable, man. He'll be like another Jadavion Clowney.
Yep. Or Leonard Williams.
Or Leonard Williams. Right. Our very own Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams was a man child coming out of Florida.
Yep. And he wasn't even, I think he was a 4-star, but he wasn't like a highly recruited 4-star. But when he got to campus, he was different.
He was huge, man. Just huge. And
Blowing up plays, you
Coach
got
O,
double
I think
teaming.
He played all
I
these
think
years
Coach
in high
O,
school though.
Huh?
I think
Yeah, he
Coach
did.
O
I'm
recruited
just
him,
saying
didn't
with
he?
Stewart, it'd probably be a learning curve. I agree he gonna end up great. But bro, if you only play 1 year high, look, if he come in as a freshman balling, then we looking at like a number one, we looking at the next Aaron Donald, Bruce Smith. What the fuck we talking about? If you
Right.
can play 1 year high school and then your freshman year you cause wreck, then yeah. I don't expect that. I'm just saying I expect to see him shine like his second and third year. I feel
Did you
like
see what he said, Carter? Did you see what he said?
I heard what he said about recruiting.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Did you see what he said? He said he know who the real dogs are.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
He said,
The
don't even
ranking
come out west with
fully,
the foolishness. Huh?
yeah. Because he been in these camps and he done lined up against them.
Exactly.
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 Yeah.
He
That's
said he
true.
know who the dogs are. Don't come out west with the foolishness.
We
And like
got
you were
Brandon.
saying, Carter, if he been all the camps, he know who's who.
Yeah. We got
You
Brandon
know, he
Lockhart
lined up
too.
against them and was beaten. Because
Hey,
imagine if he was a sophomore and he beating out seniors,
Killing
freshmen
them.
beating out seniors. Like it's like, oh, okay, it ain't gonna be nothing but just development. Developing him when he gets to SC.
all right, now this 26 class is starting off better with the home shit. So we got Jamiron
Yeah.
Baker out of Los Alamitos. He's from Cali. We got Joshua Holland. Now this is where 247 is bullshitting. I seen Joshua Holland at these 7-on-7 camps with these elite wide receivers, and he was doing his thing. They only got him rated as a 3-star. That's bullshit. He's 6'2". I seen him, and I seen him play against the elite. Another dude, Madden Reardon, 3-star. They bullshitting. This dude, his first game, he had like 3 picks and like 2 pick sixes.
Hey,
Oh, is
bro,
Interception.
that
they
the kid
slip.
who led the nation in picks? Like, or
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
they're slip. They're slipping on Matt Reardon. The dude got like 9 or 10 picks. Like he's definitely not a 3-star. They tripping on him.
Tripping.
I follow him. I follow him on IG, so I can watch his games so weekly and keep it. That kid's a baller out there. They not doing him no justice.
No justice. So that's what Jakeem Stewart. That's why Jakeem Stewart like them rankings ain't gonna fool me. Right. So these
Right.
players that play, they know Madden Reardon is a 4-star, and his production is like a 5-star. I don't care. He got 5-star production for sure. So you at least got to be. And he play at Sierra Canyon, so that's a good. There's no way he should be a 3-star balling at Sierra Canyon like that.
Playing against top competition.
Top competition. He playing against the Trinity League, or is they in the Trinity League?
No. Sierra
Oh, they
Canyon's
ain't.
in the San Fernando Valley.
Okay. But they play
Hey,
against Trinity League team. Now go
not to
ahead,
cut
Chris.
off because I'm not to cut off because I know y'all be bringing the Trinity League up and all the time. Man, y'all don't be giving us no love down there in down there in Southern Cal. But I just want you to know, my high school Lincoln again won the championship. No offers from USC, UCLA, all Oregon.
Man, I will never forget that San Diego, the greatest college football player ever come from Dago Bush.
Right.
I would never stop recruiting San Diego. San Diego got the skilled players just like LA do. They
Marcus
just ain't got
Allen
as
came
many high
out.
schools, but Lincoln and Helix, they got like 3 or 4 schools that be producing the same level of talent, especially at the skill position. I could go to Oregon roster right now, and they got like 6
Hey,
Oh yeah,
hey,
they
Carter, how you gonna be disrespectful and put Bush in the category by himself when you got Marcus Allen
Yeah,
came out of
Marcus
San
Allen from
Dago?
Dago too.
You
Yep.
being you being
Hey,
wait,
I
disrespectful
wait, wait,
stand
now.
John,
corrected. Hey, I stand
John,
down.
Just what Marcus Allen went.
What, Lincoln?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Oh, see?
Carter. That's what I'm saying, Carter. Man, you
My
being
bad. Hey,
disrespectful
I
now,
forgot
fam.
about Marcus Allen. Like,
Wait,
Dang.
wait, 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 wait. You want me to give you another one?
give me another one.
Terrell Davis,
Yeah,
Lincoln.
Right.
that is right. He is a Dago boy.
Yeah.
Keely Smith, Lincoln.
Achilles Smith, yep.
Nah.
Alex Smith. I
Hey,
mean, there's a lot of Dago boys that
Now
came out.
Alex Smith went to Hoover. Alex Smith went to Hoover with
But
Reggie Bush.
what about
I mean
Junior
not Hoover,
Seau?
Helix.
but it's
Junior
still.
Seau's out of San Diego.
Mm,
One of the
yeah.
We talking
greatest
about running back.
linebackers to ever hit the field.
We talking about running back though. We talking about running backs.
Nah,
Yeah, I
we
was
talking
just,
about
Nah,
nah.
I'm just
Chris,
talking about players out of San Diego that I have a buddy of mine that I grew up with, went to high school with in Lincoln, played ball and all that shit. I moved away. I talked to him like he's a youth pastor and he's the pastor for the team, so he's around the team all the time. He goes with him every game, talk to him. And I talked to him 2 days ago. I said, bro, why? Like, what is the problem? Like, why? Outside of PV, I mean, like, what is it? Why is kids are not choosing home USC? He said, bro, USC, UCLA don't recruit San Diego. They never come. They don't talk to us. The only people that come talk to our kids is Oregon.
Mm.
This the problem. Lincoln Riley, he skimmed through LA. After he skimmed through LA, he go to the nation. Like it seemed like he be skipping San Diego. Nah, we got DJ Peavy though. He's from Dago on our team. David Peavy.
Yeah, I just brought him up, but he's gone. He went to the portal
Yeah, he
already.
transferred.
He did.
He transferred.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I didn't know he hit the portal. He did it.
He hit the
my
portal.
Yeah, people
bro.
in the portal. People is in
Yeah,
the portal.
I had just said that the only person from Lincoln on that is outside of Peavy, but Peavy is gone. He entered the portal last week
My bad.
and during the first week.
I had stepped away for a minute. I didn't hear you say Peavy, but damn, he hopped in. See, I gotta get on you, B Jinx.
What's that?
Hey, I conceded with the Joyner shit. Like, okay,
Right.
yeah, that ain't a position of need. But Green and now PV, bro, you can't come on, bro.
Right.
Come on, bro. PV was that
I told you, Green didn't fit the mold though, man. Now PV is different. I give you that, but Green didn't
Well,
fit the
Peavy,
mold.
that's my boy. I not rooting for him. I definitely didn't want to see him go, but he was his first year was like a lot of injuries and stuff too, so they ain't really get to see what he can really do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he could have been good. I think is that Desmond Stevens was just so good, and then we had well PV is an
Well,
edge, right?
yeah,
So
they'll play him in
Yeah,
the air.
Peavy play on the edge.
But PV
yeah,
is just as big as Braylon Shelby.
yeah, he is. He like a freak athlete too. He
Yeah.
a dude that can move. Like we shouldn't have lost him. That's a dude that people gonna love to get in the portal. 4-star coming out of high school, got redshirted this year. So you can't. All you got to look at is his high school film. And when you look at his high school film, like that's the type of dude we'll grab in the portal. If he was left for another team, we'll be like, okay, we recruited him out of high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the players we losing, bro. I don't.
And the only thing,
I feel
and
like
the
I'm
only
gonna let
thing
you
I could,
cook.
oh, go ahead,
I'm
go ahead,
gonna
go
let
ahead,
you
go
cook,
ahead.
Chris. I'm gonna let you cook. My bad. I just want to say that I just feel like heading into this transportal season, we already needed like 15 dudes if everybody stayed.
Right.
So now that we didn't have like 10, 11, what we at like 12, 13?
We
I'm
got to be
hoping.
at like 12, 13. Yep.
Yeah, like so now add that on to the 15 we already needed. So damn, we got to get 30 players in the portal just to improve. Because if we
Don't forget the
replace these
seniors you
players,
losing.
look, if we just replace them, right? 1 for 1, right? So Green and PV go. You say Green and fit the system, that ain't a loss. So if PV go, that means we need somebody to replace him, right?
Probably somebody with experience.
Exactly. So that's on top of we already needed somebody anyway. If PV didn't leave anyway, if Green didn't leave anyway, we still needed to add somebody. So I look at every player that's leaving, we need 2 to replace them if we want to be better. Because if we just replace them with a player that's on their level, then we're going to be bringing back the same damn team, just different names, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, but go ahead, Chris. I know I had cut you off. Let Chris cook. He has something to say.
I was just going, just thinking about it and trying to figure this out to why, you know, San Diego is not being recruited like that, but nobody but like really Oregon, like, because it's not just a USC thing. UCLA don't go down there neither. And the only thing I can think about, because I mean, if you look at these last few years, Lincoln has been very dominant, right? You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I can think about is, you know, yeah, I'm going to admit it's in Southeast San Diego, right? A lot of crowd, not the best area, nowhere near the best area. So I don't know if they just afraid to go down there or what. Because I remember in high school, our game had to be at 2:30. Like it wasn't no lights. Lights was all being shot at, and nobody wanted to be out at dark. because of the gang violence and stuff like that. But I mean, something got to give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And Chris, I would think that
something
would
got
be
to give.
a high area to recruit too, because it's a military town. You'll get kids that are more disciplined
Well,
in San
unfortunately,
Diego.
it is, and with that too, you get a lot of talent that come in from other states to the high school. But
Yeah.
San Diego is vast, man. It's so much talent down there. It's so big, but unfortunately, the area we're linking at, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's
That's
say
in
that
the hood.
discipline down there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, I know the area that's in. I know.
yeah, that's southeast. Yeah, that's southeast where
A whole lot
Yeah,
of bees
where
over
that's the
there.
hood.
You feel me?
That's the hood
Guaranteed.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln Park. I got a couple homies from. That's a whole gang right there.
Yep.
yeah, like,
That's a
yeah, it is.
hood right there.
Yep.
They
Yep.
vicious too. But yeah, San Diego, I mean, people sleep on San Diego, but San Diego is one of them. San Diego, what population like at 1 million?
Oh, it's over that.
Yeah, so any city in California that's at 1 million, you gonna have talent right there.
Yep.
So to
And
be
I don't
honest with you,
understand why he just don't put the fence around Cali. Like I do. It just
I
don't
think
make no
I
sense.
think he doing it for. I think he does doing it for next season though. Out of the
I mean,
7 we got, I think 5 of them from Cali, right?
yeah. I was trying to go through the list.
Right.
All of
The
them,
2026 class, is full of Cali so far.
Right. Okay.
yeah. We got RJ Shermans, he from Rancho Cucamonga, Cali, IE. We got Brandon Lockhart, 6'3" DB, he from Loyola, LA. We got Braden Jones, he from Chicago, he an edge, he a 4-star. And that's it. The only out-of-state dudes we got is Xavier Griffin and Braden Jones. The rest is all Cali, but the 26 Cali class is stacked though. The 26
Yeah, that's what I heard.
class is way better than the 25 class. So we better hit this 26 class because it's actually popping. It's a lot of talent in the 26 class. But that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the 26 class, but goddamn, like Oregon already got 10 commits. I want to see how many dudes they stealing from Cali from us. You feel me? Like they leading. Okay, they got Cody Green from Mater Dei. They got another dude from Mater Dei. Let me see, 3, 4.
They done came and gave Mater Dei a couple million. Just give me everybody.
Well, they got to because there's no players in the state of Oregon like that, so they got to recruit. The next closest place would be Cali for them because you're not going to get a bunch of players out of the state of Oregon or the state of Washington. So if you look down the map, you got to recruit Cali and
they always
Texas.
did it. They just got our leftovers though. Now,
right?
They getting our elite like shit.
Yeah,
Cody
but that
Green,
started with Clay Hilton though, man. That started with Clay Hilton.
I ain't even blaming it on nobody. I'm just saying, like at this point, it ain't even blaming. We got to just give it up to Oregon. Like they dropping the bag. Like they doing what we want our school to do.
They've been dropping the bag though. They've been dropping it.
Yeah. So if we want to compete, we gonna have to figure it out. But
Man, let's be honest.
all gambling on the California kids though. Like they showed a list. They showed a list of all the kids that we had that decommitted. And if we didn't have no decommitments, we would have had the #1 class easily crushed. If we would have kept Terry, Gibson, all them dudes we had, we would have had the #1 class, bro. Right?
Me personally, I just never thought that Gibson was gonna come, man. I think a lot of them cats just use SC to get their dollars up.
Nah, Isaiah Gibson was never gonna come. But the point I'm just trying to make, it's more likely that a player from out of state, especially in the South, gonna decommit because he gonna face all that home pressure. It's religious out there. Like I just seen some kid, he committed to Ole Miss, but he didn't because he said his mama said no, and he had to go to Mississippi State because that's where his mama wanted him to go.
I hate that, man. I can't stand that.
Remember Landon Collins and when he committed to Alabama and his mama was still like, "Go Tigers!" She wanted him to go to LSU.
Oh, right there on national television.
I can't stand that, man.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's how it
Yeah, I
is down
remember
south.
that.
Like nigga, you would get outcasted from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
family for choosing
She
the wrong
embarrassed
school
that.
down
She
south.
embarrassed that kid when she did that, man. She embarrassed that boy, man.
Yeah, because wasn't that at the All American? That was at the Army All American game, right?
Right.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
another kid that committed on National Signing Day, and his mom got up and walked out. I can't. That kid was supposed to go to Alabama. He ended up no Tennessee. Ended up going to Alabama or something like that. And she got up and walked out of the little press conference or whatever. Man, yeah, you get a lot of pressure down south, man, like that. Man. I'm telling you, things are just different down here. When it comes to
Yeah.
football, it's just
So
different.
don't you agree? Not to cut you off, but don't you agree that it's harder? It'll be harder to hold on to these Southern commits when we
Hmm.
way out here on the West Coast. It's gonna be harder to
Yeah,
hold on to them.
yeah, yeah. Very seldom when you get a kid like a Leonard Williams or a Cam Fountain or another player that came out of the South like that. Very seldom when you get them to stick, especially out of the states of Georgia and Alabama. Florida, not so much. You might be able to get a Nelson Aguilar to come out. Like I said, Leonard Williams, but you can count on your hands, on both your hands, and still have like 9 fingers left over. How many
Right.
kids you gonna get out of the state of Georgia to come out to Cali and play? Up until Pete Carroll left, it was the other way around. You were gonna get those kids out of Southern California, California period, to come out to the East Coast and play because they knew Pete Carroll had it sold up. As a matter of fact, they wouldn't even come out there to recruit
Right.
And
because they know it did no good.
Leonard Williams, he actually like I don't know y'all know this, but he actually I think he had spent like a year or two a high school ball playing in Cali. Like he didn't play his whole high
Hmm.
school ball in Florida. He
Yeah,
just had
yeah, I
went to
know.
Florida before he committed to USC. So
Right.
Leonard Williams is kind of like a Cali / Florida boy. Like he kind of like grew up in both.
Right.
Hmm.
So we was able to get him because he already had lived in Cali. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got
Yeah, but I
connections,
heard.
ties, family.
Yeah, but I heard though, Coach O didn't get him to commit until he had came out there on a dinner, on a lunch, and had on a recruit visit. He was about, as a matter of fact, Leonard Williams was about to go to Florida.
Yep.
Right. But look, just like I was telling people, with Pete Carroll, this is what he used to do specifically. He would lock down California, and then we'd be like, he
Hmm.
cherry picked from the other states. But even with
True.
that, he cherry picked the kids that showed high interest. Even he didn't go after this every out of state kid, right? He
Right.
went to the kids that was serious. Like, so for instance, Pete Carroll, to your point, Brian Jenkins, Pete Carroll would have been had stopped recruiting Juju once he seen
Right.
him
A
come
long
out
time
real.
ago,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pete Carroll would have
for
been
sure.
stopped. So even when Pete Carroll went out of state, it was like this kid is showing serious interest. Like Lincoln Riley just going out of state, period. Pete Carroll will go out of state if this kid is showing serious interest in USC. Lincoln Riley would try to start from zero. He would try to flip a kid from the South that ain't got no interest in USC.
Well, I think Pete Carroll thing was, and he said it himself, that out of state kids, they had to be NFL caliber talent. Other than that, he would not recruit them. He had to know for certain they were projected to go to the NFL. Other than that, it was always Cali kids. So whenever he would go to out of state and get a Dwayne Jarrett or a Brian Cushing, or a Patrick Turner, or even a Lindale White, he knew that those kids projected to be, NFL draft picks.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's
but
why he didn't miss too much.
it's based on interest too. Because just think about it,
True.
he didn't really miss. That's how I know he
Right.
was picking the right kids who actually had interest,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So basically, what I'm saying, he just wouldn't recruit a kid out the South just because he was a great player. Of course, if he's a great player, see, it's a difference between offering a scholarship, right, sending that letter, right, you know what I'm saying, to actually recruiting, pulling up to the house and shit. Like Pete Carroll wasn't pulling up to the house to everybody out of state, only if he felt like them kids showed true interest. And the best
Right.
example I could give is how Julian Lewis was bullshitting and not really showing true interest visiting Colorado more than SC. Pete Carroll would have cut that shit short. Like the Patrick Turners, the Joe McKnights, even though we kind of swung it late. But the Dwayne Jarretts and the Brian Cushings, like they was coming out to USC. Like they showed interest. Like we would have been stupid if we didn't recruit them because they were showing the interest. So I'm just saying, like, we even got to be selective with the kids out of state. That's all I'm saying. Like, only
what Juju in his camp, Juju in his camp, man, played games. You understand what I'm saying? So I think Isaiah Gibson's issue was he saw Justice Terry commit. He kind of got caught up in that whole nostalgia of LA, being in Georgia, seeing something totally different. Because you got to remember, when they bring you in on these visits, you're going to see the best of the best. Right. So, you're going to eat good. They're going to show you, okay, what we got, the type of network we got.
Aaron Donald was there that weekend.
Yeah, so I think his was more so nostalgia. He got caught up in his emotions, but when he went back home, and the people from his high school, his coaches, Kirby Smart probably got into his ears and like, hey, look, you know what home is, right? So he ended up flipping real quick, more so than Justice Terry. I think Justice Terry actually liked Henny, but Henny, we didn't have our NIL game together. I think that's why he ended up saying the heck with it and decommitting. Because he had Texas, right?
Yeah, you see when he committed to Texas, didn't he say something like it was business or some shit?
Yeah, it was a business. Yeah.
That's
money. It was business.
That's money.
That's money.
Justice Terry committed to Texas?
Yeah, he going to Texas.
Hey, John don't be knowing about none of the.
I'm like, no, I didn't even hear about it because I'm thinking he's still. Oh man,
he been committed to Texas. Yeah,
he committed on the 6th.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it did happen. Okay, but dang, that's something else.
Yeah. So my point is if I feel like if we focus on the Cali players, like for instance,
right.
That time we spent recruiting Gibson and Terry. We could have spent that time recruiting Josiah Sharma hard. Justin White out of Modern Day. Like we could have, it's other kids in our backyard that played that same position that we could have focused on and got. But a lot of them kids wasn't fucking with us because they like, oh, we your leftover. Don't come to us after you swung and missed on Terry and Gibson. Like these kids is paying attention to that shit. So when we try to double back on Cali kids after the Southern kids bail on us, the Cali kids be like, "Fuck y'all!" Like, don't make me as a consolation prize. That's why we need to start at home and we need to take the Oregon approach to out of state. Look, listen what you said, B Jinx. You said they come out to LA. Basically, let me steal this from USCJ. They come out to LA and get lost in the sauce, right?
Right.
That shit wear off over the course of the season. We need to get these dudes lost in the sauce right before commitment day. You feel me? So it ain't enough time for nobody to change their mind.
They need to take a page out of Oregon's book.
That is my with the out of state kids. Get the Cali kids off day one. We recruiting the Cali kids when they sophomores and juniors type shit. But the out of state, let's come in at the last minute and get them lost in the sauce, and they ain't got no time to get out that love sauce. Get you lost in the sauce. And a month later, it's commitment time. But when we
Hayden Lowe was something different. Now Hayden Lowe, he was with us, and then I think Miami came in with a nice little bag for him, and he ended up going to Miami. Now he out of Cali too, right?
Yeah.
So
and I ain't gonna lie, you right. I mean, Cali kids, they gonna go for the bag too. Like, don't get it twisted. It's the bag is the most important thing. I'm just saying the strategy we need to implement. I feel like on the out-of-state kids, yes, we gonna lose some Cali kids, but I feel like we got a better chance of holding on to them, right? So since we got a better chance of holding on to them, let's try to make them the kids we hold on, and the Southern kids we snatch at the last minute with that love.
I agree.
But see, with Hayden Lowe, also not only did he get a bag, but his sister got a bag too. But also, we stopped showing him love after we got him to commit.
Yeah,
like you got to keep committing to kids. Okay, this was happening 2 weeks before he decommitted. Everybody in his camp already knew he was going to Miami. That's when Lincoln Riley caught wind, and then that's when him and I forgot who else went down to the game to watch him play. Like, but you ain't been coming to see me play all year.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like.
John
Yeah,
got
it's
the
like,
inside scoop on the Hayden Lowe situation.
oh yeah. So they didn't come. They wasn't coming. They weren't coming to the game. They came to that game, and they literally came to the game. And 3 days later, he decommitted and committed to Miami. And Miami's coach was at the same game Lincoln Riley was at.
And
There
here's
you go.
this is
You
what's
figure
crazy to me as someone who uh left California and moved to the South. I'm I'm amazed. I mean, the bag got to be very, very good because I mean, not Miami, but places, you know what I'm saying, other places in the South, like the Arkansas, the Alabamas, Kentucky, Kentucky, Louisiana, places like that. Like when I came down here, it was such a big culture shock, and and it still is. It's like nothing compares to California to me. And
Right.
it's not me just saying it because I'm from California. It's There's nothing to do besides hunting and hiking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Or
like,
fishing.
yeah. So it's like so all the kids that leave California, they go. I mean, it got to be up the bag because as far as social life and things like that, I mean, it's not much to offer that can compete with California.
Yeah, imagine being an 18, 19, 20-year-old, 21, 23-year-old kid. You want to go to where you got some nightlife and, you
I mean,
know,
the beach. I gotta. It's gonna be a 2 day trip just to drive to the closest beach for me. You
right.
know what I'm saying? When in San Diego, I can take my pick. Just go to the. You ain't got. Man, just go to the beach. I ain't even got to spend no money.
Right.
Yeah. So how that works down here, outside of the state of Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee, when you look at Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, um, even certain parts of Louisiana, he's right. There's nothing else to do. So in the
It
South
ain't,
like this,
it ain't much. It ain't much to do in Tennessee neither. All this
well,
Nashville
well,
unless
well,
you
well, well, well,
unless
well,
you in the country
Tennessee,
music.
Well, here's the thing: Tennessee got pro teams, so that's why I said Georgia and Miami too. So Tennessee got the Memphis Grizzlies, they got the Tennessee Titans,
Yeah,
and Nashville is an up and coming city.
where Tennessee is a good 7 hour drive from Memphis.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But what I'm saying is, you still got those options to go. Now, when you talk about the states
I
of
agree. I
Alabama,
agree. Um,
when you talk about the states of Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and certain parts of Louisiana, there's nothing to do. So you got football, college football, and then you got church. Football and religion reign supreme in the South. College football does. So yeah, you can have an Arkansas with a 4-8 season the season before, but every last one of their home games is going to be sold out. So
Ah, yeah.
again, you got money, you got money generating down there. So yeah, those kids gonna come for the bad. You are
now,
absolutely correct,
but
and they've
hold
been
on.
doing it.
But hold on now. And just to play devil's advocate for the South, like just like I said, like I know this recruiting game. I know kids that went through it. And Christian, what they'll tell these kids about these smaller cities like Tuscaloosa and College Station and all these undesirable places, right? They will say, yeah, but you're gonna be the man out here in LA. You're gonna be a small fish in a big pond. Out here, you're gonna be like God. So that's
Right.
the
Right.
advantage. Like that's how they get them to go to Eugene. Like
Yep.
LA, you just gonna be another just little athlete. You come to Eugene, the whole town gonna love you. You gonna eat everywhere for free. And then another thing the South got is them women, bro. I'm a Cali dude, but I'm taking the Southern women, bro. I mean,
I,
Right.
here you can have a California chick.
Right.
Give me,
I,
give me something from the
I,
South, bro.
I'm
So they
sorry.
The
I'm
Southern
sorry.
hospitality is real. The Southern hospitality is
Hey,
real.
look. I'm sorry, but I live down here, and I live in the South, and I'm gonna tell you, pretty much most of the South, you're gonna see only two things: black women and white women. But in California, boy, man, you get all different type of mixtures and exotic, beautiful. Man, I can't go with you there, Carter. I can't, cause I've
hey,
been on both sides.
look,
I done seen what's down here. And it don't
okay,
compare. It don't compare to what California got. I mean,
but
California,
hold on.
California, you gonna get a lot of. You gonna get, man. You gonna be. I remember in California asking the girl what she was. I mean, it was two things I never heard before. I didn't even care. She was just beautiful.
No,
I love
look.
it.
Hey, but bro, of course it's beautiful women in California because we the most populous state. It's like California got more people than like 100 countries in this world, bro. So
Well, it's not
California
just it's
gonna have
not just
fine women by default.
well, I don't know. It's not just it's more populated, but it's a melting pot because
That's true.
you have so many different races and everything that come to live there, and then you get the mixtures. You know what I'm saying? Put in order to get, and I mean they create beautiful children.
Right.
But this is where the South win it for me though. They personalities, they more welcoming, bro. Like
Right.
I'm gonna get on some street, I'm gonna get on some hood stuff with y'all. This is the best I could explain it, right? If you living in California and you that dude, you a playboy, you know the ladies love you and you doing your thing. If you doing your thing in California, let's say you got 20 women, let's say you got 20 women you cycling. With that same game and that same swagger down south, you got 100 of them. Like they
You
coming
know,
way easier, bro. When we
you know,
coming with this Cali game, they loving it. Like my
but you know why? You know
my
why? You know why? You know why? The women down here are more aggressive because if you look in every state, the women outnumber the men
Three to
outnumber the
one,
men
4 to 1.
3 to 1.
Like
Yeah,
what is Atlanta like 8 to 1 or some shit like
and,
that? Like
but wait,
What?
the numbers are
Atlanta's like
skewed
Atlanta,
8 to
though.
1.
Yeah, but the
Atlanta,
numbers
but
are
that's my
skewed
point
Atlanta's
though.
more like 14 or 15 and one. Atlanta's more
because
like
It's
14 or
I know
15
it's
and
a
one.
huge number.
but here's the thing: those numbers are really incorrect because those numbers are really higher than that because now you got to account for the men who like men that they can't get.
Exactly.
So they actually outnumber them higher than what the census is saying. And so the women down here are more aggressive and more choosier because they like I don't have many options. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So that's you feed into my point. You gonna go down there first off, all women just like shit different. So even in Cali, if B Jinx came to Cali with his southern accent, he finna take all our bitches. Cause he's something different. You know what I'm saying? Cause you something different. So females like different. I went to Atlanta and almost felt like I was a pretty boy. All of the attention I was getting, I felt
Yeah.
like Drake.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're aggressive down there.
I felt the same
Imagine,
way. The ATL, Carter. I felt the same way. I was like,
yeah,
oh
like
my
California
god.
chicks get the most bougiest. They get an attitude sometimes when you holler at them, hey baby, I got a man. And get mad at you in California. Look,
That's because
I was
that's
down
because they got
south.
options. They
Hold
got
on,
options.
hold on. But listen, I agree with you. It's an option factor, but still, that's better for me. They got better attitudes. Like even when a down south woman reject you, she do it nicely. She'll compliment you like, I'm sorry, I got a husband, but if I didn't, like you show this handsome, I would holler at you. They'll even
Right.
hook you up with the homegirl. Like I got a man, but you know what I'm saying? Out here in California, girls, they get mad at you for hollering at them if you ain't what they want. You feel what I'm saying? So the experience with the women down south is better, bro. They attitude is better. They gonna cook for you. They cooking with Kaya. You feel me? They cooking for you all kind of shit. California females, I asked a California female to make me a sandwich. We almost got into it. Like, don't start with me. Like,
Bro,
bro,
bro, I'm gonna say this.
women all
I'm gonna say
day.
this. I'm gonna say this. Living down here and me being down here in college, those same experiences you said, I had those same experience even with Southern women as well. Like
Yeah,
not wanting to cook, not knowing how to cook, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or if you ask them to cook, be offended. Cook? I don't cook. What do you mean cook? I'm independent, you know what I'm saying? So
What part
you
of the
you get
South you
that
was
everywhere.
at? Like, get Pacific with me. What city you was at? Where you wanted? Like, let me know.
I live in Little Rock, but I was going all over the South, like from Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Louisiana, Tennessee. My sister lived in Tennessee, so I spent a lot of time in Memphis as well. That's why I know the Tennessee area pretty good as well.
No,
And
no,
Hey,
but see,
Memphis is hella
no,
cool. Memphis
no,
is a cool
no,
city.
no. I like Memphis. I like Tennessee. You could get it. It ain't as much to do, but it is something about it is me. I guess it's your preference, bro. It's just to me that people in the South, they was way more friendly. They had way more hospitality, and they just had better attitudes and they treat you better. If you ain't running across somebody racist or something, like the average Southern person got to have more hospitality, more respect, and they're going to treat you better than the California people. This in general, period. Like So I'm just saying, like, it's pros and cons. I'm just telling you how they spending it, how they getting kids from the big city to come down to the small cities. They gonna tell them, you come to Tuscaloosa and be a star, you gonna be the man. You be LA and star, you just one of 1,000 stars. Come out here, you gonna have the key to the city. This small little city gonna be your city though, and you gonna have your pick with all the women. And the women down there, they into sports. So if you playing sports, they really on your tip. Man, them boys down south was having a ball, bro. I always wanted to go to a black college down south. Come on, bro. Like,
I tell you, the one thing when I had opportunity after college to move back to California, the only reason I didn't move back to California is, and I end up staying here and then I ended up meeting my wife, so I wasn't going nowhere after that because her family down here, she wasn't letting me. But when I had the chance before that, the only reason that I ended up staying and not coming back home was because of cost of living. Like what my house and stuff that I have here, I'll probably be in the projects in California. So that was the only thing. That's the only thing that's the only, you know what I'm saying, with the land I got and the size of my house and all that and what I pay for it in California, I probably would be not in a good area. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I would give the South over California is cost of living.
All right, then now think about that with a recruit. Now you can return the recruit. Your dollar can go further down here too.
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
So when you got the dollar factor, and if you could sell them, okay, this is a small town, ain't nothing to do, but this is gonna be your town. You're gonna be worship here. You're not gonna be worship in LA.
Right. You know, and we're gonna give you $1 million.
Yeah, right. And you got
you could go buy a whole apartment building.
And if you like them thick like me, it's really a wrap. If you like them thick, it's really over.
Right.
Like, if I was a high school kid, I ain't gonna lie, I would have went to USC for my love of USC. But if I wasn't a USC fan, I'm definitely going to like Miami. I'm going to Georgia Tech, because that's in Atlanta. Now, I will give you this, Chris. I ain't never been to Little Rock or a smaller town like that. The southern cities I have been to has been the major cities. I don't know what the country like in these college towns, but I know I love Houston. Ooh, I love Houston. I love Dallas, and I love Memphis. That's why I'm like, hold on. Memphis, it ain't much to do, but the people there, the women there was incredibly thick. You know what I'm saying? And I love who love me. So I was getting more love down south than in Cali. So that's just my personal opinion. But I agree with you saying, Cali, we got more flavors. Like Cali gonna be for somebody like Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, y'all heard about him, right?
Oh, Travis.
No. Don't send him to Cali. Please don't send him to Cali.
No, I'm
Please
just
don't
saying. See his girl.
Yeah. He got
but
it's a gang of Latinas in California.
He real green at that, you know. So he really don't need to be with her, if you ask me, man. He needs to be somebody a little slower. You know, he need to be somebody a little slower, somebody that's a little more, you know, closed off, or you know, that's not as cultural as she is, man. She gonna drain that dude dry, man. Straight up.
Look,
she gonna drain that dude dry, man.
Bro, I can't be with a woman if she say I'm not her type. She said, Travis, I put it all together.
She said it.
Yeah, she said Travis Hunter wasn't her type. She didn't start liking him till she went to a big ass party. And I put it together.
And she found out who he was. Found out who he was.
Yeah, and somebody in that party told her, bitch, that's Travis Hunter. Like, you trying to curve him? Somebody told her he going to the NFL for sure. He made
top 5 pick. He gonna be top 3 pick. He going, yeah.
Man, Travis Hunter was on the magazines out of high school, like even before Jackson State. Everybody was surprised he went to Jackson State.
Well, he went for prime, but I think she said something about not taking his last name. You know, if they do, you know, when they do get married or something like that. I'm like, dude, yeah, she gonna take him.
Oh no, y'all didn't even hear the real scoop on it? They getting married in I think it's Tennessee.
They getting married. Right? I seen his interview. He said he getting married the same day he signed his first NFL contract. She got this boy in the panties, man. She got this boy in the panties. Oh, me like Jada Pinkett had Kane on Menace in Society. She got him in the panties, man. Right. She got this dude. Hold on, I want to play this for y'all because I know this dude a comedian. Let me hear what he had to say.
Listen, Trap.
Can y'all hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful, man. Nah, yeah. I said it. Be careful. Congratulations on your engagement, but man, you disengaged. Something about this woman, man. The way she was talking to, and the way she was talking like she was really that chick. Listen, you love who you love. Facts. Okay, I got that. That's all logical, but something ain't right. I just watched that dumb video of you guys in those matching pajamas that bugged me. And she was like dogging you, going, yeah, he wasn't my type. I was like, he wasn't my type.
It wasn't my type.
And then we went to this party and then we fell in love. I think personally, I don't know when y'all dated, was it high school? I don't give a fuck. But when she found out your stats, bro, that's when I think she's like, oh, I love him. I don't know what she is. She's like Indian looking, Latino looking with a sprinkle of Ebonics. I don't fucking know what she is. But one thing I do know, you need to watch your ass, bro. I'm so serious, man. I just something ain't right. And I'm sure people agree with me right now. They're agreeing with me. Don't get sucked into this shit, bro. You better sign all kinds of fucking papers, man. All right? You better have an ironclad fucking contract because something ain't right. I didn't like that video. He wasn't my type. Remember, you wasn't my type. But when you're successful, you everybody's fucking type. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, like the potential, now you everybody's type. Be careful with that shit, bro. I'm just saying. I hope Coach Dion is helping him out. Like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Man,
you know, I can't tell you what to do. You just gotta have confidence in what you're doing. And I bless you, bless God, and just be careful with the bullshit. I just didn't like what she said. She said, "I'm not your type." Yeah, I think you should have let the bitch go. That's what I mean, I didn't mean to curse, but I'm just saying. You know, it is what it is. But Travis, your last name is Hunter, bro. You might have to go hunting real soon, bro.
hey, you know the truth all be all. Get her to sign that prenup. If she ain't trying to sign the prenup, then she got to go.
I'm afraid Carter I'm afraid Carter he not gonna ask her to do it.
No, he's not.
He's not gonna ask her to do it.
And she gonna have a baby right away, or after they get married. What?
Now, Kristen. Now, if this is your type, then yeah, maybe California for you. It's a lot of these running around California. These pretty ass these pretty skinny gold diggers. She ain't even thick enough for me. I mean, just my preference. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said Travis Hunter. Yeah, he'll fit in California. But you know, some people like them thick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Travis Hunter. Somebody was like, hey, let him be a sucker. Like, don't save him. You feel?
He gonna go out there and drop that money on her.
You could tell that he don't have much experience with chicks. You understand what I'm saying? So, and plus he don't have like that older uncle to put him to the side to spit some real game at him. Prime is more so like a father figure to him. But Prime, I don't think Prime really want to, pry into.
To be honest, y'all just told the story how y'all just told the story how she didn't want him at first. When they're typing out, somebody tell her who it was. You know what I'm saying? Who he was. So, but it's too. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's too late, but I mean, he already got the girl pregnant. So,
hey, you know what this gonna end up like?
She pregnant?
She pregnant. Yeah, she pregnant.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
I bet y'all this end like Scottie Pippen and his wife.
Oh man, end up with Jordan's son. End up dating Jordan's son.
This another Larsa Pippen. I promise. See, Travis Hunter, he should be on this chick right here to the right with the Colorado sweater.
Right.
Out the way, like, oh, you tripping? Because I'm showing love to the fans. So they read her lips. She said something like, "Why you over there talking to them bitches?" He like,
well, maybe that's why
no. What she got mad about, which don't make sense, is he scored that last touchdown, and the cheerleader, you know how close the cheerleaders be in the end zone. He scored the last touchdown, and he was dancing and talking to the fans, and she thought he was over.
Come on, it's over now.
It's over now. Yeah, I didn't know he had her pregnant. I'm like, oh, it's done. It don't matter.
Here's the thing.
He got half of his money for the rest of his life.
Hey, but look,
here's the thing about this situation. Here's the thing about this situation. No matter what the situation was or what she thought, that wasn't the place to do it. right? You don't do that to him in public.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
on the football team, this is what I say: never accept something in the win you won't accept in the loss, right? And the
But
same, me and my wife, we have to, you know what I'm saying? We don't accept nothing in public from each other that we're not going to accept at the house. But if we do, we're not going to sit there and get into it in front of everybody else. We'll sit
Right.
there with a smile on our face till we're in the
that's
car to
true.
talk
That's
about
true
it.
though, Christian. That's true though, Christian. But she know that but that but because she's pregnant, because she has the upper hand, and he feels like, okay, this is probably my only shot at a bad chick, and plus I need to be there for my kid too. Now she can pretty much put him on that damn string like a puppet or something. Like her name's
Big thing.
Geppetto.
It goes to what you
Yeah.
said earlier. What type of mentor is this?
My
know you heard of me. I got my mouth.
I hear you.
It
bad.
go
I
it
hear
goes
what
to
you
what
say.
you said earlier, B Jinx. What type of mentor is this kid got in his life?
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
is a lot of these
Yeah,
kids. Even
Supposed to
yeah.
be Deion Sanders. Deion
I
Sanders
know,
supposed to be like
but
his
that
daddy.
But Deion
obviously
Sanders
ain't it.
he ain't no big brother though. Deion Sanders not that big brother or that uncle that you needed growing up. That
Right,
the kind that let you look at his Playboy books, the kind that they told you about these little chicks. Hey man, that ain't the chick for you. I saw her around the street. Well,
right.
with some other little boy. That ain't none of him. He's a father figure to him. Not only that, he's a father figure with the respect of a pastor. That's what Deion Sanders is. He ain't that cool uncle or that older brother that let you saw him, get with one of these little young chicks around here and show you the game on how these little chicks really are and
Right.
how she didn't like you until you got to the status that you are. That's what he need in his ear.
He ain't got
He don't
nobody
have that.
that's older that done been through the life, been through the struggle,
Nah,
see what it's
right,
like
right,
to kick him some real game, to know what
right.
the ins and outs is about this, and probably not even to know how to value him damn self.
No,
Right.
who seen he got game?
I saw it.
Oh yeah, we all seen that for sure.
All right, y'all remember Rick Fox on
Yeah,
there?
Denzel Ray Allen.
Remember Rick Fox
Uh,
though on there when he went
right,
on the recruiting trip?
Oh
right.
yeah,
Travis Hunter need a friend like that to show him, nah, you need to be running through all these hoes. Like, this is a time to be a hoe and have fun. You too young to be in a locked up relationship anyway. Even if she was a cool chick, we still just dating. If I'm Travis Hunter, I ain't committing to nothing. I'm finna have my way.
Nah,
I'm like,
he just
ah,
Travis Hunter just got to realize that he's the prize in this situation. See, when you the
yeah,
prize, these chicks are acting accordingly. She's not acting accordingly because he's treating her like she's the prize when
right.
she's not. You
exactly.
understand what I'm saying? So
But if
when
he would have
she
got to
know that
tripping on
he's
me
the
at the
prize,
game, I'm like, hey, hey, you know what? I'll call you in a couple weeks.
And you know
yeah,
why
yeah,
she got him in the panties though? Because she been gaming him from the beginning. Like,
oh
he
yeah,
feel like she the
oh
one
yeah,
because first of all, she just didn't give up the draws. Like, she was hard to get. He was pursuing her for months, so he think
She
he
ran
got
that
away
game.
with her.
She ran the game on him.
Yeah,
women are not easily readily to disrespect any dude that's the prize of considered to be a high value guy. They're not gonna disrespect him as easily as they would a dude that put them on a pedestal.
He
Travis
right.
sound
Hunter
like
put
one of
her
those
up on a
people
pedestal.
that run off on like what did they say? Oh, this is a great thing. This is if I was his
Right,
uncle, this is what I would tell him. The
right,
one who cares the least wins.
right.
Hey, Fred said he'd get a DNA test.
Oh, trust me,
I think
It's
she's
Travis
smarter than
baby.
that. I think
Yeah,
she's
it's Travis
smarter than that.
baby.
Yeah,
Trust
it's
me,
his
it's
baby,
Travis baby. Yeah, it's his baby.
Oh, for sure.
no doubt.
But the
So,
one who cares the least wins. She don't care. She don't care about his career. She don't care. She care about getting some money. She care about her life being set up for the rest of her life.
Man,
hey,
here's the craziest. Well, not the craziest thing, but I grew up. You know what I'm saying, with a father. You know what I'm saying, full
Right,
time. You
Right.
right,
know, it's a difference between
Yeah.
a dad and a father, and my
Right.
mom. You know, I was blessed enough to be in a two parent. You know what I'm saying, household, and
Fact.
I was going away to college and even in high school. My mama set me down when, you know what I'm saying, we seen okay. I got opportunity. You know what I'm saying. Once I got out of Pop Warner and got to high school and starting and all that and playing well, I mean, she taught me going into high school. My mama sat me down and said, "Look, you're gonna be in high school. They gonna." She called them, you know. Of course, my mama from an older generation. They gonna have what's called seasoned girls. She said, why you in football? You gonna have girls on you just because you doing in football. Basketball come, you gonna have the back, you gonna have these season girl, but you gotta learn how to differentiate who good for you and who not. The day before, when my parents dropped me off at college, my mom went to the car. My dad sat me down and said, "Look, ain't nobody gonna be here to wake you up in the morning for class. It's gonna be a party every night. You need to do what you got. You need to do what you got to do. And when it comes to these girls, I'm gonna tell you now, you don't need to be settling down with nobody right now. You just need to go ahead and have
Right.
your
Not at
fun.
that age.
You know, yeah."
Right.
He was like, I know you're gonna think you found one and you love her, and it'll change up next year. You know what I'm saying? He's
Right.
like, you really need to be waiting a marriage. But if you can't wait, you need to make sure you taking precautions, and you need to be very choosy about who you laying down with. But as far as settling down, you just need to enjoy your college life.
Look, yeah, anybody in college, man or woman, you shouldn't be in a relationship at that time. You just getting to know yourself first, establish yourself first. You know what I'm saying? This is the time you're supposed to be learning the mistakes, right? And then this might turn you into a cheater because you didn't get a chance to sow your oats and be a hoe in college. He gonna be 7-8 years in the
Man,
NFL
look,
looking at other
man,
females.
look, Travis.
Tired of that.
Right now, man, Travis need to have one chick to come by and clean up his crib, one chick to
Right.
come by and wash his car, and they need to
Right.
know about each other. And they need to know
One
about each
making
other.
breakfast, the
Yeah,
other one cooking
yeah.
dinner. Like,
And the one cooking dinner,
Right.
he need to have one washing his car. You know what I'm saying? And they need to
Yeah.
know each other. That's the
You
type
need
of prize what I mean. She need to know that, hey, look, at any given minute, you could be gone. So I suggest you chill with the disrespect. As a matter of fact, hey, look, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks, like my man said earlier. I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks until when you get your mind right.
right.
That's the way it's
yeah,
supposed to
hey,
be right
just
now.
She
just
embarrassed
like
that man on national TV. I couldn't get over it. To be honest, I couldn't get over it personally. You embarrassed me in front of a crowd of some thousand people and a million people watching around the world, and you embarrassed me like that. I couldn't get over it.
Right,
hey,
right.
just like Memphis Bleak said on that one song. He said, "You got issues, problems. You need to iron out. I will holler, but for now, you on timeout.
All
For real,
right.
it's like you better fix your issues and get it right. Until then, I'm gonna holler at you when I feel like it. So I'm
Fact.
agreeing with you, B Jinx. And for every
Yeah,
dude that's listening to this live, before we even switch topics, you ain't got to be Traffic Hunter. Every man is the prize. That's what's wrong
right.
with men nowadays. We didn't let the woman reverse the tables because we think they the prize. Nah, read the prize. Just like that comedian said. If you in the house with a woman and somebody break in the house, who finna come and defend that house?
The bear.
Exactly.
If he a
So
real bear.
you ain't the prize because you the livelihood of any family you make. Y'all got kids. Somebody do something to y'all kids. The daddy finna come up and be whooping ass, right?
And you know what this is, not to get all educational and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But sociology, history, my background, you know what I'm saying, my master's and all that. But this is a perfect example of what sociologists call
Hey,
the
Chris,
pre.
I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but I got to bail out, fella. So, hey, I'm gonna get with y'all, man. I got to
All
bail
right,
out.
B.
All
Always
right,
a
I get with
pleasure,
y'all.
bro.
Be safe. All right, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, this is what sociology is, a perfect example of what sociologists call the principle of least interest. And what that is they've studied relationships over time, you know what I'm saying, all that. But the principle of least interest states that in every relationship, there's always going to be somebody who wanted more, willing to do more, willing to put up with more, willing
Yeah.
to go to the extra length. And in this case, he's willing to do all that to make it work. And it seems like she's not, you know what I'm saying, because she has the least interest. So in this case, she has the power, you know what I'm saying,
Right. Chris,
because
like I said earlier, the one who cares the least wins.
yeah, because she feels like I can replace him, you know what I'm saying, and himself, he self-consciously he feel like he leveled up being with her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I normally couldn't get nothing this bad. Like, again, I hate to say it. I mean, he probably was teased a lot. He probably was called ugly. He looks different. You know what I'm saying? He probably was called ugly growing up, made fun of and
Look,
all that. And
look,
self-consciously, he's lost his worth.
and look, you ain't even got to say that and feel bad because that's what she said. Even if we feel like he's a handsome dude, like Paul's, she don't. She said he wasn't her type.
Right.
So I'm saying, Chris, even if you right or wrong, you still right because she said that he wasn't her type. It's probably some females that probably think he handsome, but she don't.
Right.
And that's what matters.
She looking at the bag. That's what she looking at. Like,
You know,
I'll just accept it right now.
time. Hey, look, we ain't gonna spend too much time on her though. That thought, like, he got to deal with that. I already put in my belief. She the next Scottie Pippen wife. I already put that in. You feel me? But hey, look, I'm looking at Chase and Johnson highlights right now, and the best thing
DB we got.
Yeah, this the DB we got. He looked good.
So he a freshman though, right? He bought out as a freshman this year.
He got 4 years of eligibility too because he only played 4 games, so he still qualified for a red shirt. So that's what I like most about him. You could basically add Chase and Johnson to our recruiting class because he got 4 years left.
He's a long quarter, isn't he? He's like 6'1", 6'2".
He's like 6'2".
See, yeah.
He long, he rangy, and once he got in the starting lineup, they never took him out. He played the final 4 games, and look, he looked good. He playing against Florida. He playing against the elite teams, looking good. You feel me? Iowa State. So it's like, I think he a sneaky underrated pickup, Chase Johnson. What y'all think?
I think he gonna be a sleepy, underrated pickup, like you said, just like we had one this past year with Gavin Meyer.
Right.
You know, but you get him at a younger age, though.
Exactly. We got 4 years to develop him.
Right.
I mean, I think he's a player. I think he's a player that can come in. I think he's a player that can come in and play.
Yeah.
Oh, he came
right away. That's what I'm saying. Right away. Yeah, he's a plug and play, and he has the. I don't know what that is, but he has the size that we like at the corners and all that as well. So I think he can play.
Yeah, because
Joe.
Go ahead.
And Joe, I don't think that what is going on?
Now go ahead.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay, it was echo. Joe, I don't think that the NIL is just a complete mess. I mean, we got our trench players that we're trying to go after, and they got visits coming up. But these kids right here, these 2 corners that we got, I mean, they was already projected to go to us as soon as they came in the draft. They wanted to come, so they was locked. So it didn't really take much recruiting with them. But them trench players, we got the guy from Kentucky up there right now, and we're looking at a couple more. They're trying. We're trying to get them trench players. I had just seen Joe comment on the bottom of the screen there.
Yeah. I had put it up, but I like Chasing though. The more I look at it, the more I like him.
Yeah, and then what I do like is that we brought him in and grabbed him right away, which you got to do with all the portal.
And he's a starter though. That's another thing. A lot of dudes that's in the portal, they didn't play. That's why they leaving. They want more opportunity. This kid started his last 4 games, so it's rare that you could get a starter with 4 years left. And they
very rare
freshman as a true freshman. So
very rare.
That show if you start as a true freshman at corner, you got NFL position.
But check this out, Carter, you got his stuff up. I think he's originally from California too.
He is. Let me see.
Ain't he from Didn't he go to high school in California?
I don't know. I know DJ Harvey did.
No, that's DJ Harvey. Yeah.
You know, he from Florida.
Yeah, that's DJ Harvey that was California, Virginia Tech, and then came back.
Yeah, he from Florida. I like Florida kids, especially at the skill position. Florida, like Cali, they got a lot of speed and talent at the skill position. Right? So, and I think Doug Bell keep familiar recruiting the South from being at Alabama and at where was he at?
And at Houston. He was at Houston. Yeah. So he don't know. He knows all them kids down there.
Yeah, he do. He probably got a footprint down there. High school.
So I guess this is my question. Because as far as I know we have speed and things like that out there in California West Coast. Have the eating habits and things changed? It seems like we don't produce the big offensive linemen, people that come in huge already, and defensive linemen that's coming out of California. Which
I think they're here. Like we got that big offensive lineman at 6'8", 300. I mean, he's like overweight.
Yeah, but they growing on trees down here.
Yeah, look. I'll tell you, look. offensive line, we got big boys on the offensive line. But see, the defensive line, you can't just be a big boy. You got to be one of them big boys that's athletic. That's the difference between
Athletic
the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman. The defensive lineman, he big and he athletic.
and got a
So
quick step and
the
got a little
California
speed.
defensive linemen, they like Hayden Low. Like they
Yeah.
get their size later, right?
Or like
So
what's
a 16
the kid from up north? Carter, one with Texas.
Josiah Sharmer, he ready. He like
Yeah, he
6'3",
ready.
300. So, but most of, to his point though, most of our defensive linemen, they get their size later. Like, so our defensive lineman might enter college like Devon Tompkins at 230. So
Man,
the players down
and
south, they
the
mature
only
faster. They hit their grown man body faster. Like
and
Justice Terry, for
and the
instance.
only thing I can
Go ahead.
and the only thing I can really attribute to that is the food, right? Because in the type of food that they're eating, you know, growing up and all that make them boys healthy and put size on it. Because I prefer California. I prefer seafood and things like that and all that. I don't really eat soul food. But that soul food, oh, it put that weight on you.
Exactly. And you down south, so you know down south they got way more mom and pop spots too, like that you could get like home cooked food. Out here in California, when we ain't eating at home, we eating like the major fast food brands, the McDonald's and bullshit. Like when you down south, it be a gang of mom and pop spots, like you said, that you could get the soul food from, that you could get the potatoes. Like, so they eat less fast food. They eat that hearty food.
Right.
So yeah, they eating different. They is, and that's just a part of their culture too. Like they eat better. That's another thing down south. Everybody I met down south wanted to feed me something. You hungry? Like, nah.
Right.
You hungry, son? Like, nah, it's cool. And then and then if you deny the food, they kind of feel like you kind of being disrespectful. You gotta take it. They so nice and sweet. So it's like, yeah, they eating better, bro. And it's just the South. Like, we all started in the South from this slavery, right? So like the down south population of black people is a higher percentage than the West Coast. So they got more of them homegrown, home fed, because shit, we all came from there. It's just that us in California, when we left, we stopped eating the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we
niggas want to eat sushi, they don't want to eat green.
yeah. So just like Hayden Low, like
Hey, you talking about me? I don't eat soul food. You talking about me? I don't like it.
yeah.
Right.
So it be like Hayden Lowe. So like Hayden Lowe, his junior year, that's why I heard we lost him, because his junior year he was only like 230. Right now he like at 265.
They could have like 30 pounds in a year.
Yeah, he put on like 30 pounds in a year. Right? These Southern kids, they be 14 already 250, 260. Like Justice Terry in the 8th grade, he already had a college body. Like they had, I did a video on him. They had him all on the news. He went viral from a picture he took in 8th grade. He was already buff and swollen and shit in the 8th grade.
Yeah, I saw that video for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so they develop faster. That's why I say that with Cali, you got to just have an eye for talent, and you got to be able to project. You got to be able to look at a Hayden Lowe and be like, okay, he's 6'3", he only 270. But we can add 30, 40 pounds on him, and he just like a Jakeem Stewart or Isaiah Gibson. You feel me? So with California, you got to be more of a projector of talent. You got to see potential more. You got to look at what he can gain. So for instance, like Devon Tompkins, he was 6'5", but he was 230. Now, if Devon Tompkins was 6'5", 280 coming out of high school, he probably would have been a 5-star. You feel what I'm saying? So California ain't got as much, but peep this. If we put a fifth around California, it will have enough for USC. Like, I agree with you. California, we ain't got enough trench talent to supply the whole West Coast, to supply USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington, Stanford, Cal. But we got enough to supply like one or two teams. Like if we lock it down, you feel me? So say if Oregon and USC split California in half with the talent every year though. So say out of the top 20 California kids, USC got 10 and Oregon got 10. Both teams will have enough in the trenches to compete. The South just got them growing no trees, so they got enough to support a whole damn conference. So they got more, but it's enough for us, though. It's enough talent in California for us if we get the majority, or at least if we get even half. Like yesterday, the last live I did, we only had 3 players out of the top 40 from Cali. Out of the top 40. So if we just had 15 or 20 every year like that, we will have enough in the trenches. Do y'all agree or not? Or y'all think that we
No, I agree.
I agree with you. And I
I agree.
think
We got to stop. We got to stop losing.
I'm just gonna
Go
say,
ahead,
like
John.
you'll have the Kenichio Daisy, you had the Lawrence Jackson, the Sean Cody, the Cedric Ellison,
the Frosty Ruckers, the
the
Thibodeau,
Frosty Ruckers. You know what I
the
mean?
Kayvon Thibodeaus, the
Antoine Woods.
Man, the Deion Jordan, who else? I be hurting watching the NFL sometimes because I be watching the NFL and it be D linemen and linebackers from Cali that never even touched SC. Like, damn, I didn't even know he was
Exactly.
from Cali.
Like, how do we miss out on him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it be a lot of them. The dude that played for Baltimore all them years, he from Cali. What's the nose tackle they used to have?
I know you're talking about.
I know
I know
you're
you're
talking
talking
about. I
about.
can't think of his name.
He played for Ray Lewis.
Naughty. Haloni Naughty.
Oh yeah, the kid that went to Utah. Or did he
Haloni
go to
Naughty.
Utah or Oregon?
His name was Haloni
I think
Naughty or something like that.
Yoga or not Yoga. Like yeah. The Polynesian kid.
Yeah, Haloni Naughty. His last name was Ngata or something like that. Yeah.
And another dude, Mason Graham, he's still in college though, California lineman. He came out small too, like 240. You know what I'm saying?
And he wanted to go to SC and they wouldn't recruit him.
Right. And the other dude that played at Oregon, he in the NFL now, number 50, Vita, I forget the nose tackle that used to play for Oregon. He in the NFL now too. He balled and dominating too, like a Polynesian kid.
Yep.
We got to get back on our Polynesian tip. We got to start.
That's what I was gonna say. We definitely missed out on them.
Yeah, because they make.
I know. Growing up and playing in high school, like all the way from Pop Warner to high school, man, we had Samoans and Polynesian on the team, and they were the head
they
busters.
bigger than everybody.
Boy, they was the head busters, man. They played linebacker and fullback in the line, and they were head busters.
Exactly.
So, like, if you like in the Polynesian community, just for everybody who's listening, that's like all of Long Beach, all of Carson, Bellflower, San Diego.
San Diego had a lot too, yo.
Huge Polynesian, and Hawaiians. They're all in those areas.
Somebody in the chat said Big U son with the Washington State, and he's a Pro Bowler. How did we miss that? If y'all don't know Big U, he from LA.
Who?
Big U son. Big U son went to Washington State, and he a Pro Bowler in the NFL now.
Shoot, how did we miss on the quarterback that went to Alabama? What's his name?
Bryce Young.
Played for the Panthers. I mean, I know DJU didn't turn out how we all expected, but I mean, he was even from California.
All those kids came out. They were all like around the same area. DJU, Bryce Young, Stroud, even what's his name was in that. Well, I think he was before them, Sam Darnold. But it's like they all came out during that same time, and then we went and took Keaton Slovis
from Arizona. Wait, he out of Arizona
guy.
Now we wanted Bryce Young.
He was out of Arizona. Yeah,
Bryce Young was committed. He flipped at the last minute. You know that Nick Saban.
Yep.
Nick Saban versus Clay Helton. He couldn't turn down that shit. We was a mess at that time. We missed out on CJ Stroud too.
Well, even like what's the quarterback that plays over in Miami?
Cam
Ward from Florida. No. The one that plays in Miami Dolphins.
Oh, Tua. Yeah.
So Tua's committed to SC too, but Alabama threw him a bag and they moved his whole family to Alabama. So I'm saying these dudes down here been doing this shit for a while when it comes to
Hey, J.A.
Yeah.
Tell the audience about your run-in with Dalen McCutcheon since we talk about Big U.
Okay, so Dalen McCutcheon, we got the same barber. Yeah. I'm in the barber shop. We chopped it up 3 days ago. So he talking to me about all of this. Now his son with the Bishop of Mont. His son's playing over at his son's playing in Washington right now. You know, and this I was like, would you? He's like, my son will never hit the portal. And I'm like, what? Like, no. I was like, even he's like, no. We not playing that game. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm not playing that game with my son. I was like, why not? He was like, because you got to look at it, man. That the degree goes the furthest way. And he was like, my son could play at SC, but they didn't recruit him like that. And Dalen McCutcheon started his freshman year. He was the number one recruit in the nation coming out of high school. He went to Bishop of Mont. And I was like, they started you. He's like, man, I started my fourth game my freshman year, and I never came off the field since.
Dalen McCutcheon, that's the era I started being a USC fan. That's
He
before
said,
Bush.
right. And I was like, how was it for you? He was like, what? He was like, after, he was like, well, he was like, the reason why I didn't start till 4 games is because every day in practice I had to go against Keyshawn Johnson. When I finally learned how to lock down Keyshawn, or like work, not lock him down, but
compete with him.
Yeah. Keyshawn was a senior. He was a freshman. He was like, when I learned that, John Robinson threw me on the field. And then he was complaining. He was like, I don't like Lincoln Riley. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, man. He's like, I got the call. I'm an alumni. They called me about they was going to get Lincoln Riley. He was like, I just don't feel the way he do things. And the biggest problem with it is that's happening right now. He was like, and this is why he said he, was like kind of disgruntled about it, was the fact that when they brought Lincoln Riley, they didn't bring Lincoln Riley don't got no Cali coaches on his squad, on his coaching staff. You gotta have the kids who are interconnected, like we always say, with LA, with Cali. You gotta have coaches that are intertwined with that. There's no way you cannot have that. That's why, like everybody, I asked him. I didn't even give my opinion. I asked him. I was like, "Hey, listen, Dalen, who would you get as a linebacker coach?" He was like, "Chris Claiborne." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, Chris done coached out here. He's coaching in Calabasas. He was over at Arizona State. He understands the whole entire landscape of LA. You got to understand the landscape of LA. You got to understand, like you say, Chris, the landscape of San Diego. You got to understand the landscape of the Inland Empire. You got to understand the landscape of Central California, Bakersfield, Fresno. You got to understand that landscape too. And you got to understand the landscape of Northern Cali. You just lock down your state. You lock down the state. How he's putting it to me is like you lock down the state. He's like you'll win championships just from the talent you're getting out of your state. Y'all remember back in the day when Miami was like super prevalent? Remember when they were just running off championships? It wasn't even out them just running off championships. All them players they were putting in the NFL, all those kids was from Miami.
Yeah, if you watch the special on the U, it all started with they said it all started. I'm talking about even back in the '80s and before Jimmy Johnson left Miami to go to the Cowboys. But they say they looked up. They asked Michael Irvin all that. He said, "Man, I lived in one of the worst neighborhoods, and I look up and Jimmy Johnson was sitting in my living room."
Exactly. Well, it was just like Pete Carroll sits in the living room in Nickerson Gardens. Pete Carroll sit in the living room in the 60s. He's sitting in the living room, in Long Beach. That's a whole Crip neighborhood over there. But Pete Carroll goes right into the Crip neighborhood. He goes right into the Blood neighborhood. He goes right into, it don't matter. He going in there to get the kids. And the thing about it too, like what's his name was telling me this. He was like, the reason why I won't let my kid transfer is because what's wrong with the NIL? What's wrong with the whole all these kids wanting to get paid? Like he was like 90% of them are not going to make it to the NFL. And if they keep transferring all these schools, they don't even realize they're not going to get a degree.
Yeah. They're going to leave college without a degree. Hey, but not to switch subjects, but what y'all think about Joseph Williams? I heard I heard he a baller, wide receiver out of Tulsa. Right now, he crystal balled 100% to USC. I think this the next commitment we gonna hear, y'all. I'm looking at it right now. When it say 100%, 99.9% of the times that they really gonna commit. I ain't seen 100% yet that they go to that school. So they got Joseph Williams at 100%.
Man,
What's his measurables?
I tried to mess. I tried.
6'2".
Oh, go ahead.
He's 6'2", 185.
What's
he
his
can run.
numbers though?
I'll look it up right now.
Oh, okay.
But I tried to, now, man, you can't find as many highlights and stuff as you used to on YouTube. I tried to look up his some game footage stuff on him earlier, but he seemed like he's pretty good, and he can run.
When you don't
Well, if he
see
had a
that
Tulsa
on
too.
YouTube, when you don't see that how on YouTube, sometimes you got to go to their Twitter or Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't got no Twitter account. Yeah.
Oh yeah, get you a Twitter, bro.
Well, I barely.
See Carter though. Also, what's his name? He got a footprint in those areas though. Lincoln does.
Yeah, that's
and
Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Yeah, if he in Tulsa, then he know like that. Like I think that kid we got was it Cash, the defensive lineman, the one that put on like 30 pounds this year. I think he gonna be like a Gavin Meyer, but you get to start with him sooner.
Man, the only thing is, we need beef and trench players, but these trench players got to be able to do more than just eat up blocks, man. Like they're gonna have to get off some blocks and put some pressure up the middle and make some tackles on the running backs behind the line of scrimmage. We can't have another year where we're not causing negative plays. Right? It's hard to win like that. Like we're gonna have to win. We're gonna have to win up. We're gonna have to win up front.
That's why we need players in the portal that's going to the NFL, bro.
Yeah, like a Harmon, like kids who like we thought what happened with Bear, we thought Bear would be that guy, but it's just that's a whole different.
Man, not to swing the conversation, nothing we're talking about. But I don't think it's gonna work, but it's not my school, so I don't care. But I don't think Bill Belichick gonna work in college. I don't think it's gonna work.
In North Carolina?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work, man.
I think he's too harsh as an individual.
That's what I'm saying, and them kids gonna transfer out. Like this is different. It ain't the NFL. They can just up and leave when they want to. They ain't gonna respond the same. And I don't see him being charismatic as a recruiter. I don't see him being charismatic as a recruiter.
Right, but I think it's gonna be one or two ways. Either it's going to be a total disaster, or it's going to hit hella big. There's not going to be a middle ground.
Not no middle. But what he do bring,
if he get the talent, they gonna ball for sure. If he get the talent,
well,
I think he should have chose a better.
Even if he get the talent, if that talent gonna be willing to be coached up to his coaching style.
Like his coaching style, tell a dude who come in there and got 5-6 championship rings.
I mean, it's his coaching style, like the way he get on them and all that. These kids these days, they don't want to they don't want to be coached.
Bill Belichick,
like that.
It's Bill Belichick though. It's Belichick though. So the same clout that Lincoln Riley got for quarterbacks, Belichick got that this as a head coach.
Right.
So it's different when Bill Belichick yelling at you, telling you to do some shit than another coach, bro. Like this dude won 7 Super Bowls.
And what he will bring
is his son been in college football for the last couple of years. His son been coached up in Washington, so like now they got a footprint in recruiting. So it's like, all right, I'm looking my son to be my defensive coordinator, which we already know he gonna call it defense. But it's but he has a footprint in college already. And
what he will bring that's good is that organizational structure and management, which is what we need. He'll be able to manage that program, manage NIL, and he'll exactly know how to take a budget and what we got and pick and get the best players that he needs to fit the budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he will bring that.
I think all he need is a elite recruiting staff, and I think he'd be straight.
Well, he got a 4-star quarterback commit today already.
Yeah, see, I think Bill Belichick is a pimp. So it's like he gonna come in. He is not Lincoln Riley, bro. Trust me. So he gonna come in. He already knew what he had to do to get everything up and jumping. It ain't about his coaching. Like you cannot say we can't deny that he's not gonna get the best out of his players. He's not gonna play around. He's gonna keep everything in house. He's not the one to talk and tell all the BS, which Lincoln Riley does a good job of. I'm not saying all that, but it's like what it is that what's going on in house at SC is it's obvious there's challenges going on because you can see it on the field. You can see it with the players. Bill Belichick is not going for that. See, now we're turning to a semi-pro system, right? With college, he gonna run it like a pro
Right.
at a national championship level,
Right.
to
Hey,
where he's gonna do. Go ahead.
what about this kid though? Terlon Stewart, the running back out of Bowling Green. He another kid. He 100% predicted to go to USC.
Yeah, I
My
couldn't
whole thing
find a
is
lot of highlights on him, but he's a bowling ball type. He's a big physical. He'll physical back. He can run.
Yeah.
He can run. He can run away from you at a certain distance. You know what I'm
I would have,
saying?
man, I would have just kept Quentin Joyner. Everything would have been okay. I don't care what tailback they bring in. They're probably gonna have to pay more. Like that's just my mentality on it. But it's
Yeah,
like
Nah, they ain't gonna pay more for this kid. I don't think they're gonna have to pay more for him
nah,
coming
probably
from
not
Bowling Green.
coming from Bowling Green and shit.
right.
I really thought we was going after the Washington State running back. I know he visiting this week too. I don't know if they're gonna take two running backs. Like I don't think we really can afford to take two running backs, but I know the Washington State kid's supposed to be visiting in the next couple of days as well. But then today, the running back from Alabama hit the portal.
Right. So yeah.
So it's tricky
But
with the portal. It's kind of like it feels like you want to hop on kids as soon as they get on it, but the next day it'd be a better player hopping in. But at the same time, these players are committing quick. So it's like, what do you
Coming
do?
off the board quick, yeah.
I would just put it like if I'm the GM, the ones I'm jumping on fast are top tier talent. Like if they're athletes, whether it's wide receiver, tailback, quarterback, whatever, right? But the ones, and then also what I'm jumping on is the top tier lineman. Top tier lineman gonna get what he want right then.
The
Yeah.
players I'm jumping on
Like
first.
nobody like I mean to a position, Carter, to where it's like they not walking off campus without signing.
That's why I don't like why we let Keyshawn Silver leave. Is he
But
still there?
the thing about it is, even if they sign on campus, they still could be committed the next day.
Right, because we saw that happen with Isaiah. What was his name? The
Yeah,
one
they
last
still
year
could be
from
committed. Them signing means nothing. They still could be committed at any point.
Yeah, but if they sign, it's like you more than likely gonna get them if they sign on that dotted line. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because if they sign now, they can't transfer out until what? The spring.
the spring, right? That's one thing they need to change about the portal too. You can't fucking keep going jumping in the portal. You can't jump in the portal twice, 2, 3 times a year or not. If you're gonna go, make a decision and go.
Isaiah Rakes
That's
did
it.
it.
Huh?
Boy, did
Yeah,
he? Didn't he?
yeah. Oh, he did it with he did it with it. Yeah, he did it. He did it. Man, that was some G stuff he did.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
y'all don't want to
talking.
pay me? But see, that's what happens in these. That's what I'm trying to. That's like one of the things that's really bad about this whole NIL too, is because all the kids they in the same locker room, but they're also competing against each other, not only just on the field, but for money.
Now this is where I feel like we bargain shopping. So we offer Kazim Moore. He from Elon. That's like D2.
Right.
Now, I heard some people like my boy B Jones, and I even think my boy Chris said, like, do you trust Henny or not? I do, but goddamn, do we gotta offer a kid from D2? Like, I feel like some of the kids we offering is just another Jamil Muhammad and Nate Cliftons, which is good, but I want them stars because I know we missed a lot of stars last year. So when I see an offer to Kazim Moore, that's what made me think like, damn, is we
How big is
bargaining
he, Carter?
shopping? He got size. He's 6'5", 255.
Okay,
He's
255.
255. He's 6'5",
Oh,
255. I
all
like
right, he
his
a deep man, right?
yeah, he is. Let me see how many years and shit he got left and all that. Like, let me see. He a junior, so he got 2 years left.
Okay.
He's 5'5", 255. Now
Me
my question
with
is to
somebody
y'all.
like
My question is to y'all: do y'all remember any sleepers coming from schools like this last year? The ball. I know a couple years ago, Braden Fitz did that. Braden Fitz, he had came from like a lower
oh
tier.
yeah, the one that went to Florida State, right? The D
Yeah, he
tackle.
ball. And another dude that played for like Liberty, another defensive lineman. I forget his name. He went to D1 and he balled. But out of all the kids that played out of a lower level, I only remember like 2 or 3 that balled on the D1 level, like really ball like NFL talent. So my question is, y'all distrusting our recruiting, or y'all looking at it like me, like, damn, is we bargaining shopping? I feel like we should be offering running backs from this level. I feel like everybody in the trenches should be. But I don't know. I ain't seen his film though. I ain't seen his film. He might be causing wreck, but I don't want to get a dude that we looking at potential. He already a junior. You know what I'm saying? He like, I don't know how y'all feel. Like I'm 50-50 when I see offers like
I feel
this.
like we need 15 to 20 players out the portal. That's obvious. So some of
So
you
we got to
gonna
go
take
to
a
sleepers too.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna trust Nua, and I'm gonna trust and I'm gonna like I trust Nua, and I trust Andy, who they going after. Because I mean, we're not in that room to talk about the maturity of the kid. You know what I'm saying? Where his mindset is, where his life is, and what he's done already. But I would trust him to be able to coach players up and get them to the next level, and knowing exactly what they want. Because you got to think somebody like Henny, bro. He got that. He got what's that kid? The one he had that almost got rookie of the year last year.
Um,
The defensive lineman, the one that played next to Aaron Donald.
Kobe Young or some shit like that.
Yeah. And that was Coach Henny doing. He the one who went
Hey
after that
Carter,
kid.
you was asking. I guess I had dropped off by accident. I guess you was asking about sleepers that I remember going to some portal. The best one I can remember is that defensive end play with the Giants right now from Florida State. He was at a real small school. Actually started off at tight end and then gained weight over the COVID year and balled out. Then ended up going to Florida State play defensive end last year.
Yeah, that's it.
Nah, Fitz
Who?
was a tackle.
Oh, okay.
He was number 5 for Florida State last year. Played defensive end. Went real early in the draft. He played for the
Oh,
Giants right now.
you talking about Jared Verse?
Yes, Jared Verse.
No,
He was a
Jared Verse
sleeper
on
in
the
the Florida.
Rams. He on the Rams
Yeah. Yeah, he is with the Rams. Yeah, Jared Verse. Yeah.
and balling too.
Yeah, he was a sleeper. Wait, that Elon pick that you talking about? I know it was a different staff, but it makes me nervous because it reminds me of the Jamel Muhammad situation.
Oh, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Like,
brought Jamel Muhammad in. We brought Jamel Muhammad in based off his production and what he was doing. We had one game of film against like a power 4 school, and we was like, oh, he can ball, he can do this, and it just never materialized. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't see it at no point at USC.
Right.
exactly. So I'm like, these lower level kids, they a gamble. Like, you really got to know what you're doing. Like, because just like you said, but I had a red flag on Jamil Muhammad because his first year at Georgia State, he had 6 sacks. But then the second year, he had only 1 sack. So I'm thinking, like, if you can only get 1 sack at the D2 level, how do I expect you to cause wreck at the D1 level? You feel me?
Yeah, if the numbers
Hmm.
like that, I'm not even. Nah, I'm not
Nah,
even
but
interested.
Jamil Muhammad, he had 1 sack the year he left out of Georgia State. You could go look it up. Out of Georgia Southern, I mean.
Right.
Right? So I be kind of weary on them trench dudes on the second level. You more likely to hit on a running back, you know what I'm saying, receiver, a skill position player, right? Because they like come
Mm-hmm.
a dime a dozen and they can be overlooked in their class. But these defensive linemen, I can only remember 2 last year that really had an impact, like on the NFL level. You know what I'm saying? That was from a lower school. So if we
Right.
go see though, I feel like most of the D line talent go, is gonna come after the bowl game. So we gonna see. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like we kind of off to a decent start. So since it ain't like since it's early and we already got 3 dudes, we off to a good start and we already kind of shoring up our secondary.
Oh, we got 2 dudes, right? Where do we get 3? I thought we had the 2 DBs.
We got two DBs. We got Chasen. We got this dude that just committed, DJ Harvey. We didn't get some. Am I missing? Then the only 2 we got so far?
Those are the only 2 we got so far. Yep.
Okay.
They
Well,
supposedly have a lot of people on campus, like
yeah.
this weekend and throughout the week, but those are the only ones that, like, signing on the dotted line.
All right. Well, that still ain't bad because that is a position of need. So if it was 2 D linemen, I like that. We do need DBs. So if we hit each position at a time, I ain't mad. So okay, we done got 2 DBs. Let's hope we get 2 linemen next. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Well, that lets you know one thing, though. Deonton Lynn and Doug Belk is in there cooking.
right. On the defensive side, they ain't
On the
playing.
defensive side, they're not playing. Like, nah, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. They probably sitting down there because I heard it's way different from what it is for a transfer than what it is to deal with a 17-year-old, 18-year-old recruit coming out of high school. Like they're showing them like what positions they're gonna put him in defense and where you gonna line up at. You know what I mean? And like what they can be able to do. You go play boundary corner, off corner, like all of that.
So what y'all been hearing about Stewart? I mean, about Silver?
Well, didn't they say
Heard about the
he's on
visit.
campus right now, right? So he's on campus, but I just don't think it's they still got him on campus from what I hear. They're trying to keep his ass there like they did Jakeem Stewart.
So he ain't left yet?
Mm-mm. They're
That's
trying to
good.
keep him on campus. They're trying to keep him on campus to understand the LA lifestyle. And I mean, it's harder though I would think with a transfer kid. Like when you have somebody like Stewart, you've been recruiting him for a whole year, 2 years. When you get a transfer player, you got to learn that kid in literally probably like 30 days. Less than that, actually, now. Unless you got a plug with him.
But what it be is that if you a coach and you already been on your recruiting shit, these dudes from high school.
Right.
So really, if you been coaching in college, you actually should know all these kids that hop in the portal. And I think that's what they doing. I think they targeting the kids that they wanted even before they hopped in the portal, kids they liked out of high school.
Right. Like
Shit.
Belt went after the DB. Like, oh no, I've been recruiting this kid. I've been knowing him.
Yeah, so that's what they doing. Like, okay, I already was on this kid. Let's grab him. I know he could play. Because we grabbing him too quick. Because it seemed like we being more selective with the other positions, right? Because we ain't got no other D lines yet. We got the DBs. So I feel like them was targets, like y'all said. Them was already targets.
Right.
I don't feel
they've
like
been relationships. It's all relationships that you built throughout this whole time. And see, now that's what the coach got to be better at college because you got to, even if the kid doesn't commit to you, you still got to keep that open line of communication, that relationship with them.
Right, because
especially
you
when
might get him next year.
Right, he might jump in the portal next, or he might jump in the portal 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for y'all since y'all said that. Y'all think your boy Riley still gonna be in contact with Juju?
Man, no. I think he moved on. Yeah, he good.
Yeah, nah.
Juju hurt his feelings, huh?
Yeah.
He probably like F Juju.
I would have cut Juju off a long time ago. But you also I think he was probably trying to preserve the class too, though.
Let me ask y'all something. Out of all the dude name was Kobe Turner from the Rams. But out of all the dudes that decommitted from our class, which ones should y'all still be in heavy communication with?
Justice Terry, Gibson.
Oh, you recruited or portal?
Nah, he said the kids that decommitted. Who would you still be in contact with?
Yeah,
I'm saying like
Isaiah Gibson.
Justice Terry, Gibson. The kid
and the linebacker.
The defensive end we lost to Miami. This here, California.
Oh, Hayden Lowe. Yep.
He might get homesick, and also the linebacker from California that we lost to Notre Dame.
Chris, I'll tell you one thing: Hayden Lowe is not coming back.
He just asked who would I still be in contact with. I would just leave that open.
You can be in
Hey,
contact with him all you want to, but he's not coming back.
hey, Terrence said Silver was at Michigan today. So did he skip his Oregon trip? I thought Oregon was next.
So I mean, that makes me scared right there, though.
Yeah, like we shouldn't have let him left.
You don't leave. Most of the kids who come on campus, like the first.
We can't hold them. We can't hold them hostage. You ain't going nowhere. Sign this
Yeah,
paper.
but have you noticed that most of the kids when they go on the campus, the first campus they go to, they commit to in the transfer portal. We had Harmon locked up, so now, okay. So that just lets me know this kid is gonna go to Michigan. He gonna see what the bag looks like. They just dropped the quarterback $10 million, so you know they're gonna drop a bag.
Wait, or they might not. That might have them on the budget though.
Oh, right. You're
I
right.
can look at it both ways. $10 million. I mean, goddamn, they could have got like 10 players with them.
Yeah, but he put Oregon last because whatever everybody else is gonna drop, Oregon gonna give him more.
That's the problem. I'm scared. Like
Oregon, like give me the last thought, give me the last visit.
Because
Oregon's
they
like
want
on
to know
that.
what offer they gotta beat.
Right.
They want to know what offer they gotta beat.
Yep.
That's why USC should have offered him something that he couldn't refuse, that he knew he wasn't gonna do no better.
Right.
We should have
The thing about it is too, unless Michigan is just got a whole lot of money, you know, it's rumblings that Quinn Ewers, since he's not a top 4 quarterback,
he's gonna come back and I saw that.
And transfer out of Texas. And they saying right now they ain't saying what school, but a Big Ten team is supposedly got like a $4 million offer for him.
Yep. And that's out there.
I'm like, it's only so many places you go. Like, is it Ohio State? Is it Michigan? Is it Penn State? I hope it's not us.
I think it got to be one of 3 schools: Ohio State, Michigan, or Oregon. Got a bag for him because they're losing. And I think Oregon is the one that has the bag for him because they're losing Dylan Gabriel. Yep.
I mean,
Oregon,
but they got that freshman they brought in from UCLA though.
Well, he ain't a freshman no more.
Well, yeah, but you know they got the kid from last year that came from UCLA.
Oregon,
yeah, but are you confident in him? He didn't look good at UCLA.
Look, Oregon is the only school that gonna pay $4 million for Quinn Ewers. Like, to the point Texas want him to leave so they can start Arch Manning. Like, so if y'all talking about he getting offered $4 million, that gotta be Oregon or maybe Ohio State. But they just dropped the bag on Will Howard and they got Aaron Nolan in the cut.
Right. Or it could be Michigan. They missed out on Miller Moss. They still gonna need a bridge quarterback unless they plan on starting the freshman right away.
I think Miller Moss took some
So
pictures.
you think they finna turn around after they gave old boy $10 million and give Ewers $4?
That's what I said. It all depends on their money, and because that's the only thing that held them back this year was their quarterback play.
Well, word on the street is though Michigan got another donor in the back pocket.
Oh, that's bad.
So
news for us,
I forgot the lady's name, but her husband they're starting to ante up on Michigan football. Hey, dude, but you got to look at it with Michigan. The reason why they probably even gave it a year. They won a championship last year, but they got the biggest stadium in all of college football. When you selling out, they sold out every single time this year. $110,000 people fans in the stadium. 110,000 in the
not
stadium.
all that. They got all the cars. They got all the car companies.
Right. Oh, for sure. They in Michigan, Detroit. Come on now.
So
you can come in. We may not give you 4. We'll give you $3 million. But you know what? Everybody in your family gets a Ford.
Damn.
What y'all want, a Ford Escape? You want a Ford? Your daddy want a Ford F-150?
No, I want the best fucking Mustang GT or something.
Right.
I want the highest price Ford shit. I want y'all best shit.
Right. I want it with all the amenities on it. I want it upgraded. I want to do a custom inside, everything.
Gucci interior, whatever.
Or whatever.
But yeah, so nigga been on here 3 hours. I didn't even expect to be on here this long. So what y'all want to close it out with? Y'all want to talk about the future, or close it out with how y'all feel about DJ Harvey and what we doing thus far in the portal in the future?
I mean, it's a cool
I'm
start.
I'm a hop off, man. Tend to the family. I'm gonna hop off here and let y'all have it, man.
I'm gonna look at it. Much many blessings, Chris. I'm gonna focus on. You got the DBs. That's cool. That's great. We really needed DBs. The next step is sure everything to me in the portal is shoring up the defense. It's not really based on like, okay, we need a couple offensive linemen. We can get those. Like, I may wait for those, but right now I'm just gonna shore up the defense. Make sure my defense is A1. And when you have NFL coaching that's there, that's coaching the NFL that understands it, I'm sure they got plugs different places because they've been through the whole college ranks too, to where they can be able to grab the players they want. I'm gonna just depend on the coaches to understand the player that they want, the talent level it is what it is, and believe that they can coach them up. But I'm
Bet,
focusing on the defense.
bet. I feel
I'm not
like
letting kids. I'm not letting kids lead the campus without
right.
without them signing.
All right. I feel like, man, I'm crossing my finger for Silver. We shouldn't have let him go. I hope
Right.
we still get him. We off to a good start in the secondary, so I'm feeling comfortable. Like Doug Belk, he gonna show up our secondary. So right now, this so far, I give us like a C plus. I want to see some trench guys. You feel me? I think we gonna do okay. I need us to do great though. We need to be great.
Yeah.
So far, we doing okay. Later, it's gonna be more talent in the portal. I just hope that in the future, when the next Keyshawn Silver comes, and that like we don't let them dudes lead the campus, right? So it's
Yeah.
gonna be some talent out there, and I feel a little better than I felt a week ago. I could say that. You feel
Oh, for
me?
sure.
Because we is signing dudes. We already had like 5 dudes on campus. We hearing rumbling. So I'm gonna hit you on the back end, JA, but I'm gonna end
Yeah.
this live. Thanks for everybody that came through and supported. And I'm gonna keep y'all updated. If another commit drop today, I'm gonna come back with another live. But until then, y'all gonna see me on the next one. But every time somebody commit, I'm gonna drop a live.
Yeah. This fight on forever.
Fight on forever. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Trojan gang.
Yes, sir.